who watch Hochanda and find it really inspiring. Don't forget to join me on my rounding shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door and Crafts 2. I've been with Hochanda since the very beginning, and I've been crafting a lot longer than that. My crafting journey's taken me through all different types of crafting, from stamping and die cutting to colouring and inking, and loads of different things. I've been working with Crafts 2 now for over 3 years, and they produce the John Next Door brand, distribute it, and make sure that everything is perfect in that. This allows me to work with the fantastic Crafts 2 tools and products, as well as some of their other amazing brands such as 2J Stamps, Presscut, and the Craft Artist range of glues and consumables and inks. I really find that this partnership is extremely strong and helps me bring out the best of my products and all the other products within the Crafts 2 stable and the ones that I design. So don't miss the John Next Door and Crafts 2 shows on Hochanda.
"27 years ago, whilst enjoying a day out in Santa Barbara, California with my brother and the kids, we came across a shop called Stamper Barbara. Santa Barbara, Stamper Barbara, we had to go in. And when we ventured inside, we were met with walls of wood-mounted rubber stamps. Well, that's when I had my moment of clarity. Wouldn't it make more sense, I said to my brother, if you could see through the rubber stamps? And that's where Clarity Stamp was born. Since then, Clarity has grown into the worldwide success it is today, bringing you the very best in stamping, parchment craft, and more recently, die cutting. To celebrate our 27th birthday, we have joined with Hochanda to bring you a long weekend of your favourite Clarity products with your favourite Clarity demonstrators. So, put the kettle on, put your feet up and join us for our 27th birthday celebrations on Friday the 4th of September from 10 a.m. to Monday the 7th of September at 5 p.m. We'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Jean, and together with my partner Malcolm, we run a small business in the northeast of England called Crafty Individuals. At Crafty Individuals, we're mostly involved in the design and manufacture of a very wide range of red rubber art stamps, but we also have a range of background papers and mini images that are also brilliant to create with. We also have a great little team of other artist friends who've helped us along the way and have come up with other designs that completely work alongside our own. So do pull up a pew and join us on the Hochanda shows. We can't wait to see you there.
Hi, I'm Gina Barrett from Gina B Silkworks. We're a family company specialising in traditional crafts for the modern maker. Most of our products involve textiles and age-old techniques, from button making, lace making, weaving, and other forms of passementerie. I hope you'll be able to tune in to the Gina B Silkworks shows here on Hochanda.
Good morning, how are you doing? Now, it is my pleasure to bring to you a skull and crossbones. Now, if you're just welcoming here to Hochanda, well, we try to inspire you with lots of different crafting goodies from big and small companies. And one of those family companies is Skull and Crossbones. Now, I wanted to give you a little bit of the background. Now, Emily, if you're watching, good morning. I hope you're very well. Emily is the woman behind these designs, the drawings, and she was inspired by her aunt who had a rubber stamp shop in, I think, in Plymouth, and what happens is that Irene got the inspiration from that gorgeous, it's a stamp shop, and then she wanted to create that when she went to university, wanted to create something a little bit cool and funky. And of course, the first set that she would design was skulls and cupcakes, hence the name Skull and Crossbones. Now, what we have got in here is a pick and mix. They are all the ones that you are seeing on the screen are brand new here to Hochanda. You choose any two that you want out of the 6, but there is more options as well on the website. Those ones we have seen previously, but these ones are the ones that are brand new. So shall we have a quick look as well as those previous ones as well? So here you have got, remember that you choose whichever two. So for instance, those washi tape patterns are absolutely phenomenal. If you like dinosaurs, we do have got the dinosaur gang, and if you believe in unicorns, well, there is a stamp set for that one. But of course, the brand news are the Scandi Christmas, the Christmas bubbles, the Christmas foxes, the retro sweets, those gorgeous Santa's workshops, and the contemporary sentiments. Now, let's go for Christmas, because we can see here of course, Christmas, the workshop in here, Santa's workshop, and you can see how cute they are. Now, look at that. It reminds us of somebody, and that is the beautiful thing about these ones. Now, if you look at it, all these images are included in this bundle, in this stamp set. So you can create a space, and robots. Look at how cute. This is one of my favorite images. I think it's just so cute. And of course, incorporating them into different sorts of styles. And look at that, a birthday card. So when you see stamps by Skulls and Crossbones, it's not just what they appear to be, it's so much more, because it's packed full of beautiful designs, contemporary designs, traditional designs. Here is used the bubbles, but also the gorgeous snowflakes from the Scandi Christmas. Then if we go, look at that, how gorgeous do they stamp onto calico or fabric. I want to show you one card that I think is striking, and it's striking because of the simplicity of design, but the perfection of that font chosen for the sentiment. And of course, that's the modern sentiments in here. That gorgeous wash of color and that beautiful font is all you need. But of course, you can repeat the words time and time again, creating that kind of over spritz backgrounds with the stencil backgrounds. And look at that, happy birthday in here as well, part of this. And look, you have got a secret message here from, well, I mean, I hope it's not used, because I kind of, I could have some of that. Now, and there you have got the sentiment, how simple and stunning. But if you like something sweet, we have got a sweet set for you as well. And I love how you can stamp on them and then color them and add in some details. I'm going to reach behind, because I'm going to show them from here, this side. And look at that. I love that. It's just kind of, I think they're just kind of gorgeous. And this is the Life is Sweet, and you can see them here. Now, in the Scandi, I just need to show you one more of the Scandi one, because they are absolutely stunning. Right, if you want to go for the pick and mix, you have got a choice of 2 out of 6 of the brand new, and of course the biggest selection on the website. £18, £19 and 98 pence is the price, and of course you have got saving £4. 072881 is your item number. Remember that you can buy them individually, so if you just wanted to go for one stamp set, then you can do that. Now, we also have got a pick and mix of stencils. Now, these stencils are 6x6, and they're beautiful quality. They do them in-house, and of course they are gorgeous. You know what I love about them? Is that kind of the crispness, that kind of versatility, the way that you can bring in different styles, the way that you can, for instance, that diamond shape, it can become argyle pattern. The Christmas, you can mask certain areas in there. Those beautiful stars can be for Christmas, or it can be for, stars during the whole year. There are so many different ways of using these stencils. They're such a good quality, and you are getting 3 for £10 and 49 pence. Again, it's a pick and mix, so you build your own collection. Whether those beautiful circles, so then you can overlap them and create the garade effects, or whether you want to go something like this, the argyle kind of pattern, or the diamond. You can see in here how I think this one is by I don't know when maybe Emily has made that one, but you can see how overlapping in here. Or what about this striking, gorgeous, masculine card? And look at the beautiful stars as well. And what about using the brick for Santas? Or I kind of want to show you a couple more samples, because you can see the trees in here, but look at that one. Isn't that glorious? Now this one has been stenciled through with one of the stencils through a vellum, and then it has created like a very frosted shaker box. Or the candy in here as well. How glorious does it look as well. I love the dots because you offset them a little bit and creates like little tiny hearts as well. You can see them here with those three kind of colors in there. And then the larger circles, I adore them because you can see it here. You can stencil through them with the smaller dots and create that striking, bold statement as well. Now, if you want to go for the pick and mix of the stencils, at 120953 is your item number. £10.49 is the price. You have got a £3 saving, and remember, you choose whichever three more. But there is even more options on the website, so let's have a look at the website, because you have got all the previous ones as well. Now, in there you can see them. That you can see have got the rainbow heart, the rainbow pattern. The confetti is one of my favorites because it's a little bit unusual, isn't it? But it's really fun to add detail to the backgrounds. Those dots and spots, because it has subdivided into four, again is very, very handy. And the heart pattern, well, with that love, incredible, beautiful love. Now, you remember, you just say choose whichever three you want, you add them to the basket, and look at that amazing price. So it really is a fabulous price. Right, I'm going to take one of the stencils, which is the brick pattern, and I have taken one of this one. I think is Pink Frog watercolor cards. I tend to use a lot of it. I just kind of like it, so I just kind of fold it in half. I like to create my blank cards out of super smooth or something like watercolor card. The watercolor, it gives it a little bit more texture. So I'm going to just put this stencil in here, and I want it to go maybe about halfway, just below halfway. And if I was like, oh, I'm going very careful, I would secure it with low tack tape. But I'm not sort of in that mode of being very secure and everything, just a little bit random. So I'm taking I think this one is gathered twigs, distress, traditional distress, and I'm kind of going in and blending in a little bit of brown. Now I'm going to go in a little bit darker on the edges. And then I'm going to go in with a soft makeup brush as well. I tape around them, so it kind of gives it a little bit more dense kind of delivery of the ink. If I wanted them to have a little bit softer wash of color, then and I kind of going in with kind of just let it go a little. So kind of blend it in, and then kind of go in, and then just put it in here. And then kind of go over the brown as well, because you want to have that sort of reddish brick tone. Gonna go back, and of course the red, if you wanted to know, is fire brick. So of course they kind of blend it in, and you kind of go in a little bit more, and then when you lift it up, you have got the brick effect in here. How quick and easy was that? And this is the thing, card making, especially if you are doing cards like simple cards, you want them to be striking, but you want to also make them quick and easy. Now I'm using a stamp platform because that's kind of, I'm so used to using a stamping platform. I like to use them, but of course you can use any acrylic block or way that you like to stamp. I have got some here from Phil Martin, but you can use anything that it gives you that clear kind of surface, so the stamp, which are photopolymer, will adhere to it. So now, of course, it's a clean stamp, so I position it facing down wherever I wanted, so they are sitting over the brick road. So I'm gonna just place it down, and I'm gonna go with VersaFine Clair. The reason why I'm going with VersaFine Clair is because I want to watercolor them. So VersaFine Clair is an oil-based ink pad, pigment ink pad, so that means that water-based elements like watercolor paints and so on won't bleed. There you have it. Look how gorgeous they are. Now, one of the things is, of course, they're the foxes, and they're just so cute, the Christmas fox. The one thing I'm going to do is, this is top tip when you are coloring. don't move. Keep the stamp and the paper as much as possible in on the stamp platform. Why? Because then you could always stamp back and get the precision exactly in the same place. And that makes a lot of sense, when, especially when you are using metallic markers, or even, you know, the opaque pencils as well. Right, I'm kind of putting a little bit of, you know, I'm using my brush markers from Karen. I absolutely adore them. I'm using, I think this one is copper brown, and I'm using umber. So kind of mix them a little bit, and then kind of going in, and I'm going to color them. Now the lines are so fine, but they are beautiful, easy to color in, and kind of you can see in here blending the color perfectly. And I love these images because they bring in that kind of glorious element of, you know, kind of it's easy coloring. I love it. I kind of get lost now. I'm kind of going into my own little world. And this is a good way to start the morning, isn't it? Without any stress, just kind of coloring in, and as you can, cup of coffee or tea or something like that. Now, because of course they are animals, and you want kind of a fairy effect, you know, like kind of, you don't want an even color. I don't go that blending that well. The kind of, you can go in and adding a little bit more of elements with more color dipping in there, and you can see how quickly it kind of mixes it up. By having two different colors, it means that you can create an uneven color. This is important as well, because it kind of gives it a more realistic effect. Of course, if you want a little bit more cartoony effect, then what you do is you have a more of a even color. But you can see how I'm just adding a little bit of their dots, and then, and that will give it more texture. And then kind of going to go with a little bit more of the orangey color, and then you can go in there. And the thing is, as I said, I tend to keep my stamp within the magnetic with the platform, but that's not necessary. I mean, you can just take it out, and I'm used to do it this way. So whichever way works for you, whichever way you find it comfortable, that is what works for you. But the beautiful thing about these stamps is that they're so super uber cute. And I'm going to take a little bit of the brown. I'm going to add a little bit of cheek. You can see how it's a pinkish there. Look at that, they're so cute. Now, if you wanted to make a little bit lighter, what you do is just blend them in, and then you take a piece of paper and you kind of blend it in, because it's watercolor, so it kind of picks it up a little bit more. This one, it has got more blushed pink. Now, of course, I want to put a sentiment in here, so I'm going to take that one in out of it. So what shall we say? Foxy kisses, foxy warmest wishes. What shall we say? Warm wishes. Warmest wishes, actually, not warm. Warmest wishes. So what you do is, of course, I tend to just place it like this. If you don't have a stamping platform, warmest, oh, shall I say warmest kisses? That's what I would. And then gonna put, and kind of, so you position wherever you wanted to do. And I'm gonna just show you how you could do it with the with acrylic block, and then, because that's, you know, you may not have a stamping platform, so just wanted to show you can do it. And there we have got it. Press down, make sure that gets a good contact with it. And there it is. Oh, I love that. And then also, I think it would be lovely to have a little detail in here. So for that detail, I'm going to go actually for, let's go for, what is this? It's here. This little stamp in here that you can see here, that is in there. So I'm going to put it on again with an acrylic block. I'm going to put it with my little acrylic block in there. And that's it. From start to finish, quick and easy. it was started with a piece of white cards, and this is how quick and easy you could make Christmas cards or birthday cards, or it could be any time of the year. So that is how you create a very simple card, but I love it. It's the strength of the design, of course the texture for the from the stencils, and of course they kind of have it here, the lovely little foxes. Right, we have got 7-day savers as well on the show, so let's have a look about those ones, because you can see them that we have got in here grey board, a bumper pack of grey board, 25 sheets of A4. We have got also the Walter Strong red liner tape as well. You have got as well the Jelly Bean A4 Car Create collection sort of colors. Can we go back to the tape? Because that tape is phenomenal. That comes in a little container, and I know how much we like, of course, a storage. That little container, that means that the red liner is inside, nice and neat. You're getting 4 rolls of the 3mm, 6 rolls of the 6mm, and 1 roll of the 9mm, and 1 roll of the 12mm. Now, it did sell out early, so it is on extended delivery, but it is that high-tag, transparent red liner tape that delivers the super strength that you can hit it up as well. Now, every craft is a bargain, so you can have that one as well. That is a phenomenal bumper pack. Or if you want some stamps away, Baldani hand-dyed variated threads. The colors may vary, but it still is beautiful rayon sort of effect of card. And if you want some super smooth card, well, we do have got A4 and A3. You're getting 40 of the A3 and 80 of the A4, 120 sheets in total of that super smooth 300 GSM cardstock. Perfect for cards and as well for those boxes. Now, remember, today is Saturday at 7 a.m. So we have got 24 hours till the next 7-day savers launch at 8 a.m. on every Sunday. And remember, so sometimes they do sell out, so do check out your baskets before you miss out. Right, Skull and Crossbones. Now, this amazing company based in Devon in the UK, photopolymer stamps, so you have got that impression, those beautiful sentiments as well in there. You have got the quality, you have got the design, you have got a family business, Emily and her partner, creating designs and manufacturing different sorts of stamps and stencils, as well as wooden embellishment. I love this stamp set. This is one of my favorites because it's striking, it's designed wise. It's one of those ones that with no matter what sort of a style you are, that is going to always work for you. I love Santa's Workshop with the elf, the toys in there. I love. Isn't it cute? It's just like cute. I'm hoping to do the next card using them too, because I think they are a love story waiting to happen. And then, of course, you are sweet. The sweets in there, life is sweet. The way that you can personalize it, you can combine those words in there. I love the way that you have got that. You can customize exactly your sweets. You can put the hearts inside them. You can also, I love this card that we have got here, because can see as well the fried eggs, the gummy bears, those ones, and the what do I call it, cola bottles, and these ones are the No, it's the one. Oh, I know the way. I know the words. The words. Anyway, you can see here, the soft. Come on, give me a help. The marshmallow, that's the one. I could count, and everybody's a little bit sleepy, I think, this morning. But look as well as this candy. How do they? Well, apparently they have got a different name for certain parts of the country. And then we have got this candy. Look at that. And then we have got here this candy. Look at that, it's gorgeous. I love that. And also think about bringing your string plastic. You can see in here the stamp and cat around it, and then a string, and then it kind of becomes that glorious, beautiful kind of details in there. I love how it combines it. This is from the Candy Christmas. Think about. Look at that. I love this one. I love the robot. I love the how do you say that? Spaceships. a spaceship or rocket. Rocket, that probably is the better word for it. And look at that, and there here. I love it. Isn't that the best card? And of course, you can use the stencils to create the constellations behind it. Right, remember that it's a pick and mix, so you choose whichever two stamps you prefer. £19.98 is the price. You're saving £4, but why not jump ahead to the website so you can see exactly all the different choices in there, including, of course, the previous releases, including that washi tape patterns in there that you can see. But our crafting is my superpower. Now, there is Christmas bubbles, there is quirky sentiments, retro sweets, Christmas boxes, which is the one that I just used. And of course, you can believe in unicorns and get a stamp for it as well. And if you're a planner babe, well, there is a planner stamps as well. £19.98 for sets of 2. You choose whichever 2, or if you wanted to go individually, you can do that as well. Now, pick a mix on a stencil. So this is a fabulous deal because you're choosing 3 of them for £10.49. Now, stencils are one of those things that are automatically patterned, and of course by the colors that you use, they add that wow. Think about your texture paste, think about your glitter paste, think about your distress oxides, think about using your periwinkle sprays through them, and then using the negative as well. They are so versatile and fun. Think about your jelly plate. Some of these ones, they are absolutely gorgeous, you know, beautiful, what I call them, guys, essentials to have in your stash. But then you have got some quirkiness, like the kind of, I love those sweetie kind of elements into it. I love the way that you can use the set of dots. I mean, I'm going to put them like this, so you can see 3 very different ideas using the larger dots in here. And of course, it showcases how you can, for instance, in this case, overlap them and create a completely different sort of effect. What about the brick? The brick that I was using before it. What about stamping and creating a faux bleaching it by just creating the background and then spritzing water and taking it away? That would work really well. What about bringing in your distress colors but over a stamp area? So basically what you do is you take your embossing pad over the stencil, that makes it sticky, put in embossing powder, and that creates a negative. And this is Carnival. I mean, this is Rio de Janeiro. And what about, there's another one that I really like. That's just kind of fun, isn't it? With, of course, the, you know, the elf sort of shoes in there as well. And I'm going to show you another sample because there's so many beautiful samples from the design team. And you can see in here, overlapping them, slightly offsetting, so creating that proper shadow. It creates that 3-dimensional effect. And of course, the classic, the elegant look of having white on white. So you use the stencil with a white texture paste, creates that snow veil. And of course, that is another stencil with the same paste, but then glitter over the top. There is so many different ways of using stencils, bringing bursts of colors, bringing the sophisticated, more subtle effects of the colors in here. You can see overlapping them, adding different textures, the glitters and the soft matte colors from the inks through it, overlapping the kind of traditional Christmas in there. What about taking the Christmas trees and then taking a white pen and then highlighting some elements? That is a kind of a quick and easy project, but it is really pretty, and I do love those stars. The background creates that randomness over a wash of color, brings color and striking effects. Now, this is of course part of the same one that is being used here, so you can decorate your Christmas ornaments as well. And look at that, personalize it perfectly. Now, if you want to go for the pick and mix, you choose whichever 3 you are you want. Now, these ones are the brand new today, but there is more on the website. Do check the website out. But £10.49 is the price for them. You're saving £3. 120953. Now, Leona is going to tell you more about Flexi.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After after your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly Flexi-Buy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Well, hello there. Now, of course, I'm setting up for another demonstration here, and of course, like me, typical Paula, it's always a little bit of a rush to get it, put it together. Right, so where I'm going to be using is this Candy Christmas. I adore this stamp set. So if we look at it, you have got hearts, you have got snowflakes, you have got beautiful bird with a heart inside it. You have got, of course, sentiments and the beautiful tree and the beautiful horse as well. So what you do is, I'm going to kind of start, what I would do here, I just take a stamp, and you don't need to have the stamping platform, absolutely you don't. So I'm going to take it out, I'm going to put it onto my acrylic block, and what I'm going to do in here is, of course, I know what I haven't done. I have prepped everything except an embossing pad. Oh no, I have got it here. Seriously, it's one of those mornings. Seriously. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it, and I tend to do, when I do a stamping and embossing, I do a couple of them. I'm using papercraft's red card, and that's super smooth. That gives me a perfect red to begin with. And then I'm going to take my embossing powder, which is here. So I'm going to kind of sprinkle it. Now, if you might be one of these people that are just very, very good at making sure that you dust it with an anti-static powder, I'm just not one of them. So I just like kind of to just take my risk, and, you know, if it has got flickers of embossing powder, well, then so be it. Right, so we have got here, the embossing pad, of course, is clear. It gives you that stickiness, so therefore the powder will attach itself to it. And if you have got that here, you can see that the anti-static would have got rid of these ones, but I don't care that much about it because I'm going to cut them around it. And then I'm going to take my heat gun, which, by the way, you can find on the website. This one is from Wow Embossing Powders. And start. I like it to put the heat from the top because I can see exactly where I am going. And also, if I put it from the back, sometimes you burn the paper. And it depends, like if you are somebody who likes a smoother finish, you apply the heat from the back, and that will give you a smoother embossing powder. However, I'm just not, I guess I'm a bit rough. Right, so we have got that in here. I'm going to grab a pen. I'm going to go for, I'm going to go in burgundy here. Sorry. And then, so what I'm doing, again, a carry marker, and then I'm going to take my scissors. So what I tend to do, before I cut it in, I would go in and color it in. So are you thinking red on red? Well, I just want to add a little bit of darkness. And then kind of going in there and kind of doing a little bit darker in there. And adding those ones and those ones. So you can see how quickly it kind of comes together to adding some dimension into those elements. And it's just sometimes when it's candy, kind of is that element of, elegance and simplicity. I'm just going to put a little bit there and there. You could also put a little bit of glitter if you wanted. To cut it around, well, take some scissors, smaller scissors, and these ones are such a nice, elements to cut around because you have got like really, really easy to follow those lines. And even if me at 7 a.m. I can cut around it, then you know that anybody can do it because I cannot even see properly. I'm kind of, do you ever get in the mornings fuzzy, kind of like your eyes are kind of sleepy and they don't want to focus, and then and then look at that. So basically you keep going, and then you have got here one that I done earlier. And I have done not only that one, I have done also all these different elements because they are also part of that stamp set. So you have got all of them here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them aside. I'm going to put them in here. Let's put them all in here. And then I'm going to take a piece of craft card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tree. That was, and then the tree in here, I'm going to take again, I'm going to go for gathered twigs. Now this is from the Pick and Mix. This is the trees backgrounds in there. And I'm going to take the brown. Shall I take the brown brush here? And you can choose any three for £10 and for 49. Yeah, the details are on the screen. And of course, remember that you can go in for whatever ones that you want. On the website, you will have more choices, but the brand new ones are the ones that we had displayed. But see, I like that sort of element in there. So I'm kind of going in here. And then kind of bring it in. And then kind of going in that way. So you can expand it. So imagine if you wanted to do like a wrapping presents, you wanted to be a little bit more kind of craft paper, so you could do that as well. But I love that. We have had a suggestion, okay, so let's have it here from our director. Nonetheless, you can do them all the same color, but yes, you could do that. If I had it somewhere. I think I put washi tape or something. You could mask one, and then you have got one. I would go. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. We could, especially that one that is a little bit lighter in there. And then what I could do is going to. So that's the one I want to put it. I would definitely use. What is it? There is the red. So what I would definitely do is, just gonna go in with a little bit more of a smaller brush, and then kind of go in, and kind of you see kind of bring it in. So I kind of don't want to bring it in to to the sides. Now if I had washi tape, I would have brought in, like I would have covered everything, and then kind of look at that. I like that, doesn't it? That looks quite cute. Right, so we have got these. Now, what I wanted to do in here, we are gonna bring a bit of, you could, actually, there is another way. It's just kind of a paste in here that I have got. You could use gesso, anything that you want to do. And of course, you can just put it in. This is a very old texture paste, but it's an opaque one, so you want to have something opaque, and then you put it through the dots. Now those dots are the ones that also are part of the Pick and Mix. So for instance, if you wanted the bricks, you wanted the look at that. I love that, don't you? And then kind of bring it in, and then just kind of bring it there, and then kind of bring it in, that kind of glorious little detail of the snow dots as well. So they kind of bring it in, and look at that. I love that, how it overlays. So now you let it dry, and of course I have got one that I've done early. Look at me, how prepared. For the first time ever. Well, no, actually, I'm always saying like that. I'm a little bit self-deprecating. But Ren, we have got here, that one early. And then we have got here again another card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go rogue. Actually, no, I'm not going rogue, but I'm tear, because I like that tear. And then what I'm going to do is kind of turn it over. And kind of, let's see where the let's there. So I'm using a 20 by 20 cards in here. Now at home I would emboss this proper, would create a perfect, and I do. When I'm in, I like to score my cards, but because of live TV, sometimes you kind of wanted to get it done rather than get it perfect. And then I'm going to go in the same way that I'm cutting this with scissors, and at home I would probably go in with a trimmer, but it's just one of those ones that you kind of want to do it. So we have got that. And then I'm going to take the glue. Don't worry about this line, I will cut it in a second. So I'm kind of going in with my glue in the back, press it down. And then what you can do always, it's always easier to cut from the back. So when you do it like this, when you open it, and I only put glue on the back flap. So then you kind of cut it in, and then you have got that straight line to cut it. And even that, even if you're using a trimmer or a guillotine, that kind of gives you that perfect guide. So you have got the contrast in here of the reds. And then I have got all these elements. Now I need to remember how I put them in, because, and I also did get some foam pads, but I don't know where I put them. So let me grab them. Oh. Not prepared. Now you can see. I think I didn't bring. I'm pretty sure I brought them, but didn't bring them. Oh, let's have a look at the website. As you can see, the pick and mix. Well, I have got a look, but so you can see there the stencils. Remember, you choose 3 of them for £10.49. Remember, they are brand new ones, and there they are. Anyway, I couldn't find the foam pad, so, you know, it's one of those mornings where you think you are prepared and you are not. Where are they? Where are they? Anyway, right, anyway, so let's put these ones in here. So what I wanted to do is, of course, one of the stars at the very top in here, and then we have got the beautiful, oh, I love the birds. I love the bird. But can you see how I'm just building up that kind of triangular sort of shape? If I put 2 trees either side here, or yeah, that kind of works for me. And then I have got the little ones as well here. Oh, I have got another star. What about, yeah, that works better. So I have got 1 star here, and then I'm going to put another star here, and then the little heart. That works to me. And that's very Scandi, isn't it? It's a very, so instead of using the foam pads, which would have been the better choice, but you know what, life happens. I'm so sure, because yesterday when I was prepping the box with everything, I looked for 2 different sizes of foam pads, not just one, but you know. Oh, we have got a great floor manager today that is gonna give me some floor. Oh, all right, so let's leave it there. Thank you very much. That is very handy. Thank you so much. It is good. And then let's put it there. So you can see there the difference when it has got the shadow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of them in here as well, so you can see how they bring in. A little bit of dimension always is good. And I love how I don't usually use that much craft card. Then I'm going to leave that one flat in there, but sometimes it's just perfect with this kind of a Scandi kind of colorways. It's just perfect design. And of course, look at the detail of the stamps. Remember that the stamps are on a pick and mix, but of a set of 2, but you can go for just 1 set of stamps if you wanted. They're photopolymer, and it's this amazing company based in the UK in Devon, and I love that, you know, it's a family business. Emily does the drawings, you know, they work together with her partner John and create these glorious designs. They are cool, they're a bit different, they are a bit, you know, that's the thing. That is what Emily wanted, to create something that it was a little bit you know, fresh and cool, and this is what they create. And this one, of course, they are the Christmas that I'm using one, but a lot of them, like, kind of, I see the bird and I think, well, that's not just Christmas, that's just all year round. That is perfect for, you know, just sending, like you could say, for just you know, just saying hello. So we have got that sentiment in here, and then we have got that beautiful Merry Christmas sentiment in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stamp, put it back, and there we have it. So I'm going to do is stamp it into red. Now this red is going to be a little bit faint because of course it's distress ink. So kind of, and this is probably, I mean, this is a very old ink pad. So, but I just wanted a hint of Merry Christmas in here. And I'm going to press as quite hard in there. Oh, perfect. It's not faint. It's absolutely perfect. I thought, and that, oh, and I have got even more baker's twine in here. So that is kind of go in there. So it's going to wrap it around a little bit of baker's twine. And then we have got, okay, and then we have got that. And then we have got that in there. And that is my finished course. So it's a large cards. Usually I make a smaller cards, but this one I just think with these elements is just perfect. Remember, I use the Pick and Mix stencils. So remember, it's a set of 3 for £10 and 49 pence. And of course, you can choose maybe the Christmas trees and the dots. Then you, of course, I use the Candy Christmas for the images. Stamp and emboss with white embossing powder. Right, you know why we always say the prices with plus PMP? Well, you know, if you become a Freedom member, you do not pay PMP. And the best news now is that, of course, Freedom is only £5.97 per month. You, of course, you have got unlimited standard delivery on any purchases that you make during the duration of your Freedom membership. You have no contract, so you can cancel at any time. You get exclusive discounts or through products that may have got a Freedom price, and sometimes, of course, it's even 20% off. But even when they are 10% off, they are absolutely amazing. Monthly newsletter, and you get that coveted members badge. Join today and start saving. You can check on hochanda.com. Now, skull and crossbones. Now, this is another thing of becoming part of the Hochanda family, whether it's becoming a Freedom member or just making a purchase. The Hochanda family looks for smaller family-owned companies like a Skull and Crossbones. They look for companies that deliver a little bit, something a bit different. Sometimes maybe you are one of those ones that during lockdown you have thought, well, I want crafts that my children can do. These images are cool, they are friendly, they are kind of the ones that will put a smile in your face. You have got here a Pick and Mix, which means that you choose whichever 2 sets you want. You can buy them individually, so if you just wanted to go for Santa's Workshop, which is the one that I'm holding now, you could do that. It's up to you how you want to buy them. Of course, the saving of £4 is when you go for 2 sets. Here, this is Santa's Workshop, but you have got the robot and that rocket there, and I just think they work phenomenally well. Those bubbles, I absolutely adore them. And I'm gonna grab, because I have got here some layouts that I want to showcase. And I love how this stencil has been used for the background, but also look at the scanning. Now, that's exactly the same stamps I was using and that red and white and craft card. And how different do they look? Think about stamping randomly around it with the sweets, creating that stunning background, that border. Just because they are small doesn't mean that they are not mighty and they can fill the page. Then also you have got here, this one is the foxes one, and you can see the foxes in here. Now, if you're like Janice and Haley's David, a fan of a certain football team with foxes in, think about stamping using that for celebrating your team, especially when they won that big title a couple of years ago. But you can see in here as well the background, you know, creates, it doesn't have anything with foxes in this here, but it kind of creates a gorgeous background there. Oh, this is the one, and let me show you that one. And then the bubbles as well, stamp and emboss into gold. How rich and traditional, yet that stunning detail in here. Now, if you want to go for individuals, of course you can. And maybe what you wanted to do is a little bit of, you know, a shrink plastic jewelry. So, for instance, if you wanted to go for the Scandi on its own, it's £11.99, and that looks at that. You could stamp and shrinked it into size and created those kind of really cool little presents. And you can use the same stamp. This is the original size. This is the size that has shrunk. Thinking about wrapping presents, little tags, little bags. Maybe you make, you know, kind of maybe chocolates, maybe bath bombs, and you want to incorporate them together. Look how gorgeous do they look. What about creating, of course, Christmas cards. We want Christmas cards. We need them. Simplicity is the name of the game because we need to make loads of them and quickly. Or maybe it's the opposite. You want to go into, I want to create a card that is extraordinary, a one that wows everybody. So this one you can do with the foxes. I also think, I have to say, I see a cat in there as well, especially that one. It looks like wasabi. Anyway, I just see wasabi everywhere. I'm thinking she has, you know, put a spell on me. Anyway, if you want to go for the stamp sets on their own, we have got those options: Scandi Christmas, Christmas bubbles, Christmas foxes, retro sweets, Christmas Santa workshop, and then the contemporary messages. 427754 is your item number. If you want to go for the pick and mix, that means that you have got a bigger saving, and of course you choose whichever two you want. £11.99 is for one, £19.98 is for two of them with a bigger saving. Now, stencils, we also have got them as a pick and mix. So you choose any three for £10.49. 6x6 in size. It means that they have been cleverly designed to be able to, I think it's calling tessellating. I think tessellating. Not the other word that I said once on air, but you know, it happens. It means that you can elongate it, you can expand it, you can make it, as I was showing in that Christmas card, that it was a 8x8. I kind of use the stencils and make it even longer and bigger. And that is a versatility that you want from your stencils. You want the stencils that give you that kind of possibilities, not only in size but also in styles. Some of them are very Christmassy, like, oh, they're gorgeous. Ooh, what was that? I mean, I think somebody has just woken up. And then we have got, and then look at that gorgeous in here. And then we have got the gorgeous, I like how overlaps in here. Everybody, accidents happen to everybody, especially to me, so let's not move on from that. And look at that. Crafting is my superpower. Which one is yours? Your superpower. And then you have got in here that you can see, perfect for actually envelopes. Now, if you want your choice of three, remember to check out those baskets, £10.49 for three of them, a £3 saving. And remember, there's lots more on the website where we can see all of them, including those confetti ones, the rainbow half, the twisted ones as well. There's so many possibilities in there as well. And okay, right, you know, I make a lot of noise apparently. You know, it happens. Not gonna repeat what they have said because they try to speak Spanish and it's just a little bit now. It's just like, it's like me speaking in English. It doesn't make much sense. Anyway, let's go to create a card. Now, what I wanted to create is a tag. So I'm gonna start with a tag. So what I'm gonna start with is you know, one of the stencils is, let me see where I can find it, where I put it, and now I cannot find it. Typical me, because I just, seriously, there is gremlins this early in the morning. What is this? What is this? What is? I had to. I'm looking for the masks for the side. I had them in a plastic bag, but then I put them away, and then I don't know where I put them. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is just like, oh, I was so prepared, and then this is really random. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. Oh. So, oh well, you know, the stars like this, okay? So they come with a stencil. This is a stencil, and you have got the the masks. So, no, that's not it. It's the, okay, what is it? This is just, okay, all right. Let's kind of go in because I kind of wanted to show you how they work. So basically, let's have a look at the options in them, and you can see them then. Oh, here it is. I find it. You can see them. This is one of those shows, isn't it? Bright and early and everything. But you have got the confetti there, the option for the confetti, the set of 4 circles and dots, and then you have got, that's the knit pattern, and there is, that's another knit pattern, and I call it jelly bean of coffee beans. You have got the stripes. You can create beautiful gingham as well in there as well. Right. it's just kind of important to show you that you have got, this is a stencil, right? And usually when you buy a stencil, it comes like this. But Emily has added the masks themselves. Mask is the solid inside it. So basically a mask will create a white space within, where a stencil will create a color shaped, if you know what I mean. Or a stencil has a hole on it, a mask has got a shape on it, if you know, an outside shape. So what we want to do is, first of all, use the mask in here, and I'm gonna go in with hickory smoke, and then I'm gonna go in with a brush. I'm gonna go in with this brush again. Makeup brushes is my way to go, and then I kind of go in and kind of stencil through softly, very softly, and kind of going in with this makeup brush, and that kind of creates a dark outside. If you put it there, can you see? There you have it. You have got that softness. So that has created a white space in here, and that's what a mask is. This is a set that you are getting the masks and the stencils for the same price. And remember, it's a pick and mix, so it means that you can get 3 of them. So you can go for one of the stars, maybe the trees, or maybe the dots or something like that. Right, so then I'm going to take, and then it is again one of those ones that I prepared so well, and then I cannot find it, but I have it here. So then we have got the, this is what I love these ones because they are so cute. So I'm going to take the lovely, look at them, they're so cute, they are super cute, and I'm going to take my stamping platform, just because, you know, I'm just used to using a stamping platform. But you can use, of course, an acrylic block. Now, in here, again, one of the things that I like to use with the stamping platform is always just make sure that you put your cards, unless you have to, don't put it in the center. If you put it always flush against that L, that means that if the paper moves whatever, you know where exactly to position it back again, and that's a good habit to go into because that way it means that you can put it exactly perfect. My platform has had a lot of use, therefore it has got a little bit of a squeaky noise in there. There we have it. I love them. Aren't they just cute? So then I'm going to keep them there. I'm going to keep them there in as well. And then I'm going to go in. I'm going to paint her dress. I'm going to go in with water here. And I'm going to put them here. And they kind of just color in there. And I kind of like that. And then shall I give her... Okay, so I'm gonna put, I don't have, but I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna give her a gray hair, just because probably it's about like me. And if you don't have anything else, you can use, sometimes you can just use a pencil to color her up. And I'm gonna go in as well and color him, just adding a little bit of gray kind of color in there. You could use a metallic marker, but I don't want to waste time looking for my metallic marker. I thought it was in the bag, but it is not in the bag. Now, the thing that I was talking before it, you know what is, I was talking about re-stamping in the same place. Now, imagine that these ones were polychromos, for instance. Polychromos are a little bit opaque markers. Now, if they are opaque markers, what happens is that they are fine lines. So what you want to do is stamp back again. So you take your stamp and then you stamp down, and then you will have a perfect stamping a second time, even over those lines of the polychromos. So that's one of the things that you can do. Now I'm going to just kind of clean my stamps. By the way, I didn't put a hand sanitizer over my stamps. Never do that, because the alcohol in a hand sanitizer would damage the photopolymer. I just realized as I was putting it, so do not put alcohol-based products onto your stamps. That is something that it should be said very often, because it's kind of like you want to clean them and you want to make sure that they are fine, and then you go in. And then I'm going to go for I love you, because I love you. And then I'm going to put them here and stamp it. Again, that's from the beautiful contemporary stamps in here, the sentiments. Look at that, the sharpness of that. And then with the last minute that I have got, I'm going to take from the sweets one, take that heart in there. And this is why they are also useful. And then I'm going to take my red ink pad, and then I'm going to put a little heart in here. And that creates a little dark. Now what you can do after this is just take, you remember that we were talking about masks and stencils. So we have got still the stencils. So what I'm going to do is take that stencil there and then kind of go in and kind of bring in a darker star in here. So this is why it's nice to have stencils and masks in the same set. So with that, I'm going to just show you the finished card, and then you can see they're both side by side. Thank you so much. Remember to check out your baskets. I'll see you after the break with Clarity. One day is special. Thank you so much, and see you in a bit. Well, indeed, it is the one-day special Crafting with Clarity. We are celebrating the anniversary. Then we have got a 10-9 jewelry box, and then a 10 #so.
Hi, I'm Jenny Mays from Hobby Art. Hobby Art's a family-run company, and we've been designing and manufacturing stamps for over 28 years now. We have an extensive range of clear and rubber stamps, and we're proud that they're all manufactured in Britain. Whatever your style, there's always something that will interest you with Hobby Art stamps. Crafting is my passion, and I love teaching. I love sharing my ideas with other people. This is why I enjoy being part of the Hochanda family, because I have the time to share my ideas, maybe open a door for somebody and give them the confidence to start stamping. So make sure you join me, Jenny Mays, on Hochanda.
Hi, my name's Leona. I've been into crafting for many years now. As a little girl, I'd craft for mum and dad, but then obviously it stuck with me that much that it became my career. I think for me, crafting is so fun because there's always something new to learn, there's always something new to play with, and it's such a rewarding hobby as well. That's why I absolutely love it and recommend it to so many people. I'm really thrilled to be part of the Hochanda family. Really excited about seeing how it's grown, seeing how it's developed so far, and all the brand new things that I know we've got coming up. I'm really passionate about getting back into demonstrating on TV as well, and actually sharing techniques with you, products with you that I personally love. I hope you can tune into my shows here live at Hochanda.
Did you know you can continue watching Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for free, using your smart TV? It's just like watching us on your computer or tablet, only now we'll be on your large screen smart TV. Follow these easy steps to get your smart TV set up. Firstly, make sure your smart TV is connected to the internet, either through a wireless connection, if your TV supports it, or via the Ethernet port on the back of your TV. If you're not already connected, use your remote control and select network settings through your TV's menu and follow the instructions to set this up. Remember to have your router's password to hand, whether you're using a wired or wireless connection. This should be on the side or bottom of your router. You can always refer to your TV's help menu or instruction booklet for more information. Once you are set up, press the Smart Hub dedicated button on your remote. This will vary between brands, but it's usually located at the centre of the remote. This is where you'll find your internet web browser app. Select this to open and then type hochanda.com into the search bar, and this will take you to our website homepage, which includes our live broadcast and access to previous shows. So now you can watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV, whenever you feel crafty.
Hi, I'm Matthew Palmer, professional artist with the SAA, the UK's largest and friendliest art community. The SAA exists to inform, encourage and inspire all who want to paint, and that's exactly what you'll learn to do with me as your teacher. As a self-taught artist of 30 years ago, I know the challenges of a white piece of paper and learning how to paint. But with me, Hochanda and the SAA, I'll show you how easy watercolour painting really is. I'm here on Hochanda because I want to show you my watercolour painting techniques, and I want to get you over that white paper fear and get you started and develop your watercolour painting. So whether you're a beginner or an advanced artist, I've got some fantastic watercolour techniques that will get you started and take you even further on your watercolour journey. So join me, Matthew Palmer, for my shows on Hochanda.
Well, we are here at Hochanda celebrating Clarity Stamp's 27th birthdays. Now, that is amazing, isn't it? And of course, we have got the amazing, the inspirational, and I will say legendary Barbara Gray joining us through a Skype. Hello, Barbara.
Good morning, Paola.
How are you?
Good to have your company. I'm fine, thank you. Fresh as a daisy.
Good, good. Now, first of all, happy birthday.
Thank you. You wouldn't think I was only 27, would you?
No,
It must be that expensive skin cream I use.
Just 21 you look. Now, but it is Clarity Stamps is one of these amazing companies that, well, you created, but it has grown and grown, and now the one day special is Groovy, which is an incredible, very popular, but also such an easy craft to achieve.
Well, now the Groovy system, we introduced that a few years ago, and it really made parchment art and parchment craft more accessible to many more people than just an exclusive set of an exclusive group of very, very talented traditional parchers. And so what's happened is that the Groovy system allowed many of us people who didn't have that skill set to bridge that gap with the line art, and now we're all doing the traditional kind of art. For example, grid work. Now, Josie Davison, who's a trad parcher, she came along and she said, well, if you can laser plates, can you drill plates? Could we actually create pattern grids instead of having to count them out of a solid basic grids? And we said, yes, you can. And that's what these are. And the thing is with these, Paola, up until now, we've always these are diagonal grids. All the grids so far have been created on a straight grid. Now these are very different, and if you listen to any traditional parcher, they will say that diagonal grids are almost impossible to get right first time.
So this kind of solves that issue of creating diagonal grids for a traditional parcher, but also it means that for somebody who doesn't do traditional parcher, just Groovy, now you make it a complete, incredibly inaccessible craft accessible.
Exactly, and these are just, again, another tool that we use to facilitate, to simplify grid work. It doesn't mean that we're taking the thinking out of it. You still have to focus, but it just makes it easier and takes the ache out of it. That's what it does. I mean, look at what the sample that you're looking at now. Absolutely gorgeous. That is the same plate. That's the same plate as I'm going to be using later on, which is Venice. And you've got the floral alphabet. D for Daisy. Yes. So I illustrated this alphabet. It's also on the show. And there, look, this is the same one that I'm going to use. But what beautiful. Now, if you look at that one that you're looking at there, Paola, with Chris, you see, now that's what I call a threader. You see the holes? When you perforate those beautiful holes, you could thread ribbon through that really beautifully.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that nice?
It is beautiful. Yeah. And of course, then you can go, like, you are getting all the 4 of them, so you have got all the beauty. Could you mix and match some of them?
Well, the thing is that the diagonal grids, Paola, they've actually, that's the difference. The primary difference between them and straight grids is that they have different sides to the top. So you've got two patterns within one grid anyway. I don't see why you couldn't mix and match them, but I would say then it would become more of a counting game.
Yes.
The one you're looking at, there's another threader. You see, that's the one I used last night. That one's called Rome, but it looks beautiful when you, I'll show you in a minute when you thread ribbon through it. It's gorgeous.
It is absolutely stunning, and I love.
Other way around.
Oh, sorry.
Other way around, it's an L.
Oh, I thought it was an A.
Lily of the Valley. Lily of the Valley.
Of course.
Again, you see what I like about this one is, and it exemplifies perfectly, that you don't have to use all four sides of the grid. This one is just used. Well, who's done this one, please, Paola?
This one, Karen Jackson.
Karen Jackson. See, so Karen, she's just used three sides, and then it's just all about where you position your centerpiece. It's really clever, really clever.
And another one from Karen as well, to another of those borders. I love them. Beautiful. Now, we have got, of course, this is featuring the one day special. You have got a £16 saving, £47.94 is the price. We have got a flexi buy option as well, but I need to tell you, it is an incredibly busy one day special. It is now limited to stock, so please do check out your baskets. Now, also to celebrate the birthday of Clarity's birthday, you are gonna get a beautiful, a free gift. Now that is one per customer, so one per customer during the event. And they are, of course, they're Barbara's favorite beautiful papers in there. So you have got the gorgeous, beautiful tones in there, the designer papers in there. They are 8x8 and they are beautiful, beautifully printed, perfect background for your groovy creations. Now, the one day special, 491024 is your item number. Now, you have got a flexi buy option of 2 payments of £23.97 with that saving of £16. Now, £47.94 is the price of one-off payment, and you have got the plates as well there with the alphabet. I didn't even mention about that beautiful alphabet. Again, you can spell any word you want, even if you want to spell Chris in there. Now, it's very busy as well for this one as well. That is the groovy floral alphabet numbers and the book with the inspiration book. Now, this 3/4 of the stock of this amazing bundle has already gone. Remember that it's brand new today. And Barbara, this is where the Lily of the Valley came from, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And this alphabet I illustrated. It's about a year old. We launched this last year, Paola. But I've got them in a folder, and we can look at them. But each letter, if you look at each little baby plate, you'll see that it actually has 5. It has, like, look at Narcissus now. We're honing in on the N. N for Narcissus. But you've actually got 4 different N's so that you can write much more. Otherwise it would be too floral. If you wanted to write mum and you had mimosa and then the U, and then so you can just it's like an illuminated letter, but then with 4 different size letters as well. So there you go. So this is agapanthus or allium. This is bougainvillea.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, this is cornflower. I enjoyed drawing these. And what's interesting, I'll show you later, when you look at the way I drew them, you'll see that in the actual letter, there's A for Edelweiss. You see inside the letter, Paola?
Yes.
There's a little triangle within the letter. Now that's great if you, So that, if you wanted to, you could cut that out.
Oh, I see.
You see? So that then it exposes, now look at the F for fuchsia, and down the middle, if you cut that out, it exposes, let's say, that beautiful designer paper that's the gift. You can see it peeping through the illuminated letter. That's how it works.
Oh, I was trying to look for a sample that featured that, but I'll show it. I'll see it in a way. Love that as well. How
gladioli.
And
honeysuckle. But if you look at the H now, you can see at iris, they've always got these little slits in them within the letter that you can then cut out if you choose to, or just colour it in. You don't just colour it in a different colour. Japonica, you could cut that out, or you could ignore it. What the sample I'm going to show you later, Cnipophila, the sample I'm going to show you later, what Josie did was she didn't even emboss that piece, and then she used a grid to colour in the entire to fill the entire letter. I'll show you in a minute.
They are
They're lovely, aren't they?
phenomenal. Orchid, of course. And then, poppy.
Poppy. Yeah. And with the alphabet, there's also a little guide. When you get the alphabet, you can see here, I've got them in a folder, and inside there's a little guide. And when you open the guide, just in case you're not a botanical expert, there's a key. So it tells you, if you're interested in what letter is what, we've actually created a little index for you so that you can see. So if you wanted to know what Z is, for example, Zenobia.
Oh.
Yes, there you go. And Xeranthemum, I can't even pronounce it, is the X. We struggled a little bit to find flowers with X.
Well done.
Good.
Now, I found a sample that exemplifies exactly what you were talking about. The zenny.
There you go, and that's Xeranthemum. But that's exactly what I mean. It's been cut out of the centre. Yes.
That is gorgeous.
So it just adds more interest.
It is. Now, of course, that is the alphabet, but you also are getting the numbers. So it's perfect for things like happy birthday and specific birthday. So it coordinates perfectly. And also you are getting the storage folders for them.
Yeah, so if you look at mine, have a look at mine, just flick to me. This is so good to look, it's so brilliant, because when I'm writing joy, I need 3 letters, obviously. I need the J, and then I'm going to have to look for the O. So if I didn't have them in an intelligent storage solution, I can flick straight through. It's all alphabetical. I can find the O. And the other thing is, I can find the Y very quickly, but I can also relocate them. You put them back in the same place. If you've got them in a box, you're going to be spending a lot of time fiddling around looking.
Indeed.
So this is a really intelligent way to go.
Now, of course, this whole bundle, you will be able to spell any names because you have got the alphabet. Also, any dates as well. Think about something for a wedding as well, to an anniversary. Now, also, we do need to mention that you have got that saving that is there. That is even bigger saving because it carries forward individual savings. Now, the alphabet on its own has sold out in like just the alphabet. So now the only way that you can get it is with the bigger bundle. Now, of course, that had already a saving. That saving is still carried forward. So the total saving that you have got in this bundle is 55 pounds of the saving that you carry forward. But however, if you're a Freedom member, you're saving a total of £70.76. Now, I know it says £27.76, but that's not because you carry forward individual savings. If you wanted the numbers on their own, they are still available, but of course that bigger saving is in the full bundle. You also have got flexi options. Now we are incredibly busy. Already 80% of the stock has already gone. Please do check out your baskets. 895621 is your item number. Now, Barbara.
Paula,
yes.
Can I just mention something that's important with this?
Of course.
If I go to my camera, right, if you're investing in the floral alphabet, you'll probably already have the starter kit with the Groovy Plate Mate.
Yes.
Now, the Groovy Plate Mate fits A5 square plates like the grids in the ODS perfectly. However, the baby plates, they are, let me just grab one to show you, the baby plates are exactly that. The alphabet plates are babies, so they are smaller. So they would be rattling around in here. So on the counter also, there's something that I've called an inset. And when I pop that in there, you'll see it creates like a collar.
Fabulous.
And we call it an inset. And then it also comes with little useful tags, another little baby plate. So the idea is, let me just show you, that then houses these. And that way you can still use your, it's just a little bolt-on that you need if you're going to use the alphabet. I just thought that was worth mentioning, that the inset is an important for all our baby plates. It means that you can use the Groovy Plate Mate in the starter kit without having to buy another plate mate to house the baby plates. Okay.
Makes perfect sense. Now the insert details are here on the screen, on the left hand side of the screen. £12.98. You can see in the image there, 106529. If you don't have a starter kit, well, we have it available for you as well. Here you have it. You have got a deluxe starter kit, £54.99 is the price, 946-594, and it makes it so much easier. Now let's join back Barbara on Skype. So Barbara.
Yes, love.
Are you ready for the first demo?
Oh, I'd love to show you the first. Yeah, absolutely.
Then
are
take
you
it
ready
away.
for me?
Yes, yes, we are.
Good. So what I thought would be the best thing to do would be to actually take a look at the plates themselves and what they can do. So, for example, if we would just indulge each plate for the moment and let's see what we can do. So, for example, now this is Florence. And when you actually look at the plate, let's just dissect this in case our good friends weren't watching yesterday. What you'll see here is that the sides here are different to the sides along here. And that's what I meant about it being a diagonal grid, Paula. It changes. Have a look in here and you'll see that this is, look, it looks like I've got a pulse, yeah? Heartbeat. But along here, it's a zigzag. So this creates two different sides. Now, what's interesting, if I take the same plate and I dissect it, if you look at one of the plates, what you'll see is, if you look at it, you've got an embossed side, like a groovy plate, and then on the other side, you've got the perforated holes. So the difference with these now, with the diagonals, is that they're actually symmetrical. So before, when we used straight grids, if we take, for example, I know I digress, but this is worth just noting, these are on the counter as well, like say the queens or the kings or we had the princesses, the castles, they're all created on what we call a straight grid. So in other words, you'll see here the dots go in this way and they go this way. So they're top north-south to east to west. And these perforations have been taken out. So imagine in the old days, before we created these grids, Parchers would actually, to create this pattern, they would count, Paula. They would 1, 2, 3, perforate, 1, 2, 3, perforate, perforate, miss 2, perforate, miss 2. Oh my God. So what we did was, what Josie came up with was this idea that we could actually create perforated patterns. Right, now these ones are created on the straight. The big thing, the reason that I think these have been extremely popular is because these, all the Italian ones, have been created on what I call a diagonal grid. What that means is you'll see that they're offset. If you look at the edge, you'll see it's not straight. It goes in, out, in, out, in, out. So they're actually on a diagonal. The lines go in this direction. Now, that changes the game completely, which is why these ones now, what you'll see is you've got two corners instead of one corner. They become symmetrical. So when you come over to what I was showing you here, this really breaks down the whole thing. This is the side of the plate, for example, that's embossed, like a groovy plate. This is when you combine the top and the bottom, So then you perforate as well. And then this is when you cut out the bit in the middle. So this one here was Florence. Now let's just whiz through them. This is Rome. These are gorgeous. This is what I call a threader. It's the one that puts the ribbon in. If I digress while I'm doing this, but I think it's worth showing you that when I say, for example, threading, this is one that we did last night. Beautiful. But look at this from Tina using these are the Weekend Wow, these Marina Fedotova printed parchment. But what I wanted to show you was this, because this is actually this part of the grid. And Tina has just used that area there. She didn't even bother with the other three sides. So when you see it in construction, you see how it's just this piece here, and then she's mounted our beautiful Marina Fedotova flower set. And then what she's done is she's given me a little piece of parchment cut, even with a little arrow at the top, like an angle to thread, and then in you go, you see. And you can decide then, do you want to go in every single one, or do you want to miss one? That's entirely up to you. The thing about parchment is it's quite robust, you know. It looks very delicate and it looks very feminine, but it's like us ladies, you know, we're tough. We're tough. And so is this parchment. It can take this threading, Paula, really, really easily. And then you can just pull it through.
And that's
and
gorgeous.
It works really fantastic, look. So that's using just this part of Rome, so to speak. Isn't that cool?
That's a good joke. That's part of Rome.
And so when you look at this one, this is Rome embossed. This is Rome embossed and perforated. This is Rome embossed, perforated and cut out. Beautiful. Now look at Venice. Venice has got these fantastic little stars in. And this is where the diagonal plate comes into its own. So we've got these little stars, which are, let me show you. If you look at it, this is really pretty just on its own. If I show you this up close, let me just come in. Sorry to, it will focus there. See the little flowers? So that's on the Venice plate. Look at that. Now that's the little flowers and then perforated in between. And then this is what happens when you cut out the area between the little flowers. I mean, I think all three of those in and of themselves are absolutely fantastic.
They're beautiful.
Aren't they, Paula? So that I get excited when I see this because I think this is so achievable. This is so doable. But I wouldn't want to have to cut this. I wouldn't want to have to count these. Now, this is Naples, which is the one we're going to go to in a minute. Another gorgeous threader. So this is one where you could take proper ribbon, for example. You could take proper ribbon and just thread it straight through these holes. Look, it just would look so pretty. Yeah? So let's come in on top and you can see, so you could use parchment or you can use proper ribbon, whatever you prefer. And the other thing is if you use organza, this looks really pretty because it bunches up in between because it really works beautifully. Again, the parchment can take it. So then let's finally look at this one. This is now, we're looking at Naples broken down. This is Naples just embossed. This is Naples embossed and perforated, and this is Naples embossed, perforated and cut out. Let me show you the little patterns again on this one, because it really is, when you look at a load of holes, it's difficult to see what it yields, what it gives you, but check that out. So again, like Tina did, if we just used one side like that area there, doesn't that look gorgeous? Just go all the way to the top and the bottom and then add your artwork to the left. Look, they're all just lovely, absolutely lovely.
They're stunning.
And you'll notice that what Josie's done is she's mounted these with brads. See the little black brads?
Oh, yes, I can see them.
Mounted these. So that's how it works on the back. So the brads, the little Pergamano brads are fantastic. If you're wondering how to mount your beautiful feminine work, then brads are the answer. So I think the best thing to do, now we've showcased these and we know how all four look, how about you do an update and I'll just get my bits together to show you how it actually works.
Perfect plan. Thank you, Barbara, for showing us that all the plates in detail, what they do, the different steps. Now, the one-day special now incredibly limited. Please, if you want it as soon as possible, do check out your baskets. You are saving £16, and of course, if you have an order from the celebration of Clarity, celebrating the 27th birthday, you will not have yet the free gift, and with the one-day special, you will get it if it's the first time you order. Now, also, it means that you are will have these amazing, beautiful, on the diagonal grids that give you all those possibilities. Now, if you want to create those layers, when I was talking about you mixing and matching, I was more referring to the idea that you can imagine doing one on one side and then layer it over over another piece that you have done already. So the possibilities are endless. Of course, with this alphabet, it's incredibly delicate. Look at the lace work. Think about cutting into them, creating the apertures, that ribbon threaded. Think about spelling whatever word you want with the alphabet and focalize and make it into center with that beautiful lace that you have created from scratch. Think about, Colin and Chris. Now we have got hair, again, a little bit more masculine in tone. But what about creating, I just want the sizes. So you have got Chris in a little size, and then you have Dad in a bigger size in here with the bigger expanding that size in here if you wanted to. I also love this sample. Why? Because it shows that the kind of almost the full shebang, like you have got the whole techniques in here with the aperture, but look at the edges. How delicate, how they finish. So you can make it incredibly beautiful and delicate and layered, or just that sort of edge on the sides that you kind of almost like give you a hint of that work. Now, less than 5% of the one-day special remains. If you want yours, grab your baskets and check them out. 491024 is your item number. Now, if you wanted to go for the collection that features the king size, because these ones were the cities, now we are going to the kings. Now, this one is a straight, as Barbara was saying. Also, you are getting an alphabet, but it's a different alphabet. If the one in the one day special is a cursive, this one is a serif font. You have got, of course, Edward, you have got George, I believe, you have got Charles, and of course you have got that other one that without a name of a king should be, which one should it be? Anyway, we're banning it. Henry, I think it's Henry, that's the one. Of course it is. £53.94 is the price for that. It's £10 saving. And of course we couldn't have the kings without having the queens. Now the queens have got here the gorgeous borders, so you are getting a beautiful Mary Elizabeth. You are getting, what's that? Anne, of course, Anne Victoria. I couldn't see, my eyesight is, But then you have got the beautiful script in there with the uppercase and the lowercase in there. And then we have got, of course, those borders either side that you can combine those there. £53.94 is the price for that. And then we have got the princess. Of course, we couldn't have princess without having our Princess Charlotte, Princess Diana, Princess Alice and Louis. Now £37.96 is the price. 567521. And then, well, we have kings, we have got queens, we have got princesses. We need some palaces to house them all. St James, we have got Kensington, Hampton Court and Buckingham. £39.96 is the price. You are saving £8. But incredibly popular, as is the one day special, is this bundle collection. Now it's limited stock. Now this is the new configuration, because you are getting not only the alphabet, but you also are getting the numbers now and the inspiration booklet. Now this is phenomenal. You are getting, I love how you are getting different sizes. You are getting the illuminated monogram, the uppercase, and then you are getting 4 different sizes in a simpler version, so you can spell any name that you want in whichever way you want. If you want a very ornate way, you can do that. Imagine creating coasters, those ones that coasters have got a Pergamano do, or Clarity do this Pergamano, the Pergamano coasters. Imagine each one with the alphabet, so the initial of the person. Think about, this one is not about the flower, this one is about bears. You could have a nickname for somebody and highlight that capital letter by highlighting with a beautiful groovy. The rose in here, look at the violets coming through, and of course it coordinates perfectly with the one day special, because it can frame it out and create the most beautiful, delicate, traditional parching by making with the groovy, making it all easy and making it incredibly beautiful. Remember that the saving that is reflected there does not show or does not highlight the savings that are carried forward. the individual saving that you had from the alphabet, which actually it's sold out, will carry forward, and then you will have an additional saving, which is the total saving will be £55, and for Freedom members would be £70.76. That is a phenomenal saving. It's worth becoming a member if you want to go for the full collection, and not forgetting you are getting also the storage, booklets, or I kind of think a storage cases for all of those ones. Now let's head back to Barbara because she has got another demonstration for us. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, Paula. I haven't even started yet. It's Saturday morning. We got to go easy here.
I agree.
So I think that, yeah, let's just pace ourselves a bit here. But also, I wanted to show you, within each of those plates, we don't leave you hanging. If you're new to this, each of the plates, and this goes for the diagonals and the straight ones, you always get an insert. So what Josie's done is, she's given us, you can see what it's supposed to look like when you're finished. But when you turn it over, you can also, it gives you in cutting pattern and instructions. So it actually shows you which bits to cut out, because it can be a little bit confusing until you've actually done it once. So well worth noting that you do actually receive inserts with each of the plates individually. Okay, good work. Well worth knowing that. Now, what I wanted to do was take a look this time at at this plate, which is Venice. Again, you've got your embossed. This is the one with those little flowers on. It's really strange because you've got flowers here, and then they're like octagons up here. Or no, it looks like a hexagon. Yeah, because it's got the 6 sides. We're all into the hexagons. So you've got hexagon perforations up here. You see it? And then those holes, they wrap around the embossed flowers. I don't think it can be more logical than that. Now, because it's diagonal, we've got 2 corners. And so when I go to emboss first, I need to flip because I need the back, don't I, to emboss it. So if we take a look, for example, at these 2 samples here that Josie's kindly done for us, you can see that they're all different sizes. So this one is a rectangle, these are squares, and these are nested. You can see she's nested one pink on dark pink. They're so feminine, aren't they? But what a beautiful, let me just showcase this. What a beautiful 60th birthday card that is. I mean, if that's not made with love, then I don't know. But what's interesting is, if you look here, you see all the perforations as well as the cutting. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Right, and that's using our letters, our numbers as well. So when we come back to this one, let's just indulge this one for a moment. You know, I said about the letters, they've got, if we look here, you can see it's got this bit cut out of it. But what Josie's done is, if you like, she's taken the letter, now check it out, she's taken the letter, but she ignored that bit inside, and she's completely filled it, look, with one of those plain grids. So literally, I did this, I traced this out earlier to show you. This has been traced out, but when you trace it out, let me just turn it round, because obviously we're working from the back. You trace it out, you use, from the starter kit, you use the number 1 tool if you want a sharp white line. I'm thinking that there's somebody watching that's never done any of this before. And you'll see that the outline, some of it is quite sharp, isn't it, white? But then you see how, where the bougainvillea, the flowers themselves are, it's not so bright. Let me just come in closer, you can see this. You'll see it immediately. You see, some of it's bright and some of it's not so bright. The only thing I've done is, when I was embossing this, Paula, yes, I used the number 1 tool. See the number 1? That goes in the groove and gets in deeper, so it gets brighter. But where I want to do white work, I'll show you in a minute, I'd flip the tool and I use the number 2 tool to do and that's in the starter kit, and that gives you a softer line. The logic is, there's a ball at the end. You see the little ball?
Yes.
So when it goes in the groove, it doesn't go in so deep, so the outline is not so harsh. So let me just show you, when you go to do the white work, you see how this has been stretched within the bougainvillea? You don't get a harsh white line that you're fighting against to get that lovely soft continuum. Do you see?
Perfectly.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to explain how, again, the grids, they work so beautifully. And I think they're on the counter as well. There's a pair of them, the basic grids. This is the horizontal, the straight one, and this is the offset diagonal. The diagonal one just gives you a different pattern, you know, because they're offset. But that's how, if you're wondering how the bee got done, Josie ignored that piece that I've added in my drawing, and then she infilled with a diagonal. So that was that demo done.
Yeah, perfect.
Right. So let's get to the grid.
Fabulous.
Now, the way the grid works is if I take a piece of parchment, and I'm gonna just show you this. What I'm trying to do is achieve this. This is the finished piece. But it's double, isn't it? Like I showed you before. It's the embossing, but then it's also the perforating, and then it's the cutting. So let's take it one step at a time. If I take a piece of parchment, I've got this, and what I want to do now is I'm giving myself registration marks. Now, we talked about this in the 6 o'clock and the 8 o'clock show. So go back and have a look. The idea is, and I'll show you, you look at the piece that you're going to, you look at whatever it is, whatever size, it doesn't matter whether it's a large, this is the thing, you can pick any size piece of artwork for your centerpiece. It's entirely up to you. But then what you do is you fit the frame, if you want to frame it, around whichever size you're going for. So for example, and I digress, but this is important, if I take our little poppet here, say I want to put this pretty border around her, then what I can do is I'll hold her like this, right, and then I'll see that I need to, this is how far I need to come round. So the white piece that I picot cut out as well, that acts as my guide. If I want to go even larger, like this, then I'll swap out the centerpiece, and this helps me. It's like a template, and it shows me exactly how far I've got to go. Takes out all the counting. Don't need to count, Paola. Now, if I want to use this piece, let's take a look. Now, this time, these are square. Now we're going rectangular. So let me show you. If I want to use this one, I can see exactly where I need to, how far I need to go along. One thing I want to point out as well is if I want to turn this around, because remember I said with these diagonals, the patterns are different. The patterns are different, believe it or not. I could turn it this way and bring this straight edge. See the dot, 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 dot. I could bring that down that side, and I could do the offset one along the top. Now that's something that I can decide. It's entirely up to me which way I want to go. But what I wanted to explain was that if I start here now with a piece of clear parchment, let's just take a piece of clear parchment. Let's just take this, for example, right? If I pop that there, and then I have this on here, and I would seriously always recommend going with A4 anyway, A4 parchment, because this is quite a narrow frame, but some of them are much wider. Like if you go with let me just explain. If you go with Anne, for example, you'll need A4. She will go beyond A5. So you'll see. You'll only do it once on A5 and then run out of space. You won't do it twice. Thus spake the voice of experience. But I just wanted to show from the sizing, you see, so then this would be my centerpiece. Ideally, I'd use a piece of paper and not the parchment. Then I put a couple of registration marks in. What I mean by that is, in here, I'd take this down. I'm going to fast forward. And then I'll take my embossing tool. Now, I can take what have I got here? I'd rather use the 1.5 or from the starter kit, the number 2. And then I'll make registration marks like this. I'm just showing you very quickly what I mean by registration marks. And then what I do is if I want to come along a bit, I can shuffle along to the next flower like that. See? or
Yeah.
shuffle along to that flower, and the registration marks show me where to go. Now, I've really done that basically because I want to fast forward to one where the registration marks are already in place. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Instead of going all the way round, let me just get my eye in here. Instead of going all the way round, hang on a minute, have I got the right one? Venice. Yeah. Just need to find it. There we are. Sometimes you just need to look. Have I got the right one? Just hold this thought for a minute. Have I got... No, silly girl.
I was like trying to figure out.
Naples. I thought, well, I could spend the rest of my life trying to get Venice in Naples. But, okay, let's use Naples.
It's
early, people. Right, but it's the same theory, right? So I'm going to take Naples, and what I've got to do now is give myself, look, I'm going to give myself the outline. So as I come around here, oh, now I've got the wrong, now I need the embossed part. Right, I need the grid. Now we're working. Okay, so you can see here, hallelujah. Right, so I've got my number 2 tool, and I've lined up, you can see, I've lined up, and but I've only put in, for example, what I would call registration marks. So that means, let's look at this bit here. If I want to extend this, I can go up a little bit, and I'm using these registration marks. I haven't done the whole thing, do you see? And I can extend it. But I want to know how large. So I'm going to turn my artwork round, and I'm going to just attach, to me, this is really important, that I put it in place while I'm working, so that I know that I'm in the right place. You see? So that now sits there, and it sits exactly where I want it to be. And now I can work out how far to go, you see, to get the right place. So let's say I've done my registration around here,
yes.
And now I'm coming over into this area. Just bear with me a minute. It's this way round. God, blimey, Barbara. It's a lot easier than I'm making it, I can tell you. So now, for example, do you know what it was? I had it all in place, and then I took it off to show you the blinking bead. Right. So now that's in place. It's all right. Then what you're going to do is shuffle along like this, and then you shuffle along, and you shuffle along. Do you see what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you just keep going. And then what I've got to do, though, is put the corner in. So now I'm in this area here. Do you get it?
Yes,
and
perfect.
now I come along and I put we got there in the end, and I put my embossed, I put the embossed lines in first. So in other words, the dot goes first. Some people prefer to perforate first. I prefer to put my registration marks in first with the dots. You see, now that gives me my exact outline, and I know that I've got the right size. Let me just do this, and then I want to just show you something, because Josie decided that she wanted a larger frame around the outside of this. So if I take this, though, so I've got quite a big area. If, however, I took this and I nudged it right up like so, I could make it tighter. So in other words, if you look, I don't go that far. I change the size and I come down here. Do you see?
Perfect.
So again, my perforations, instead of going all that way, I come down here instead. Instead of going all that way, I just come to there. I don't go as far. So I can really tighten it up if I want to. The most important thing is that I do this, but I do it, I just put my registration marks in. Once I've done that, then I'll go back and I'll fill all the gaps. So once I've done that, I'll go back in, and then I can just fill all the gaps. So let's fast forward. If you wanted to have a look at the counter, I'll just fast forward and then we'll come back and we'll do a little bit of perforating.
Thank you, Barbara. While you do that, we will give you a reminder at home of the one-day special. Now, we are onto single figures, extraordinarily limited stock. And of course, that means please do check out your baskets for them if you want it as soon as possible. You have got a £16 saving, those brand new gorgeous plates, Rome, Florence, Naples and Venice. Now you are getting them as well as that alphabet with that cursive element, kind of beautiful. You have got the numbers as well, so you can spell any word you want. You don't have to put Venice in every project you make with the Venice one. It's a beautiful thing that you can create. Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that just stunning? Please do check out your baskets if you want your one-day special, because look at the beautiful, delicate nature of this. You can use even the elements from the grid at the border to create the grid and the background without having to do all the counting and is it the perfect hexagon every time. I love the parchment art, but maybe you are like me and you have always thought, well, you know what, it requires patience. Well, not so much with the Groovy, and now every single release from Groovy, they kind of discover new possibilities from the traditional art of parchment. I love the way that, look at the detail that you have got in here. Look at the perforation. Look at the registrations, as Barbara was showing. The white dots are the registrations, then the perforation, and then of course that pico counting, creating those apertures. So you can see the beautiful designer papers behind it. This is the sort of thing that you can create with these incredible plates. The fact that you can spell different words, the fact that you create the perfect frame to fit whichever size you want. You always will have got the ability to make it more square, more rectangle. And look at that. Just beautiful. Just kind of look at those beautiful flowers. Now please do check out your baskets. Remember, you have got a flexi-buy option, not only a £16 saving, but those interest-free payments or one-off payment of £47.94. Now technical sellout, that means that of course everybody that has got it in their baskets can still get it by checking out those baskets right now. We do have more, but of course that will be on extended delivery. You will have a week delay, but you still know by checking out those baskets that you have got the certainty that Groovy, the beautiful one-day special with the cities, the diagonal borders with the perforation as well as the embossing detail in there. I love that comes with the lines as well. Now it is a quartet, but you also it's an A5 square plate quartet, but you also are getting the alphabet upper and lower case with a beautiful script font. I love how you have got the the elements inside within those letters that you can bring color to them. 491024 is your item number. It is back on extended, and don't forget with the free gift, one per customer during this whole event, Clarity stamp, celebrating the 27th birthday. Now Barbara is joining back on Skype so we can follow the beautiful demonstrations from the safety on the photo. Barbara, are you there?
I'm here, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've put our registration marks in place so that we know that the size is right. Yes? Yes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to flip the artwork, and now we're going to perforate from the front. Okay?
Perfect.
Right, now, this time though, I need light. So I'm going to use my light wave, and this will help a lot. And what I want to do is just, and you'll see, as you do this, what happens is the holes, you'll see the embossed lines, they sit exactly outside there, like so, of the holes. So the holes run around the white lines, and you're just going to secure this onto your plate like so. So this is the brilliant thing, is that you just literally turn the artwork round and go to the other end of the plate, and then you need a one needle tool. I'm going to use one needle fold, And then all you do, and I've put a super foam mat in between, so that when I start to perforate like this, what I'm doing is I'm not tapping on the top of the light wave, because I don't want to do that. But you'll see, what's interesting is, if I miss a hole, for example, let's come into this camera here. If I miss a hole, see, it goes straight in. If I miss a hole, it can't go anywhere. If I try to go into one of the embossed dots, it won't let me, because there's no hole underneath. So this is where, I mean, I think the answer is to take your time and go slowly, and you'll see, you'll get into a rhythm, and you just work your way around. I mean, when you watch Josie or the experts, they're like Brengan, they're like, it's like a sewing machine going, right? But when you start out, you take your time and you enjoy the process. And what you'll see is, as you go round, you'll end up, let me just show you, you'll end up with a really, if you look here, you'll see, let's get in close, you can see the embossing.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it amazing? Have I got time to quickly show you a cutting trick? How to cut?
You have got 6 minutes, so yes, you can.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to take my scissors here. These are I use exclusive scissors. They're the simplest ones. You've also got ring locks for people with larger fingers, or they tend to, yeah, they're very sharp as well. But I stick with these ones. And you see the curve is going up. Now I'm a lefty, but let me just show you how we cut. We cut from on top, and you hold. Let me just hold the scissors like this. You can see which bit you're going to cut out. Let's say I want to cut out this little star, this bit here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just start in here, and I'm just going to start snipping. Now, if I'm not sure which bit I should be snipping or which bit I shouldn't be snipping, then I can always refer to my guide. You know, the guide inside the, because there are a lot of holes going on here, and so you can go to your insert, and it tells you exactly which bits to cut out. But I think I've got it right. And you'll see that what I'm doing is I'm holding, can you see this okay?
Perfectly.
I'm just snipping through, right? And all I'm doing is just holding the scissors over the waist, over the bit that's going to cut out. That's the bit that, see, and then when I take that away, there's my little star. And then you just work your way through, and you just cut out. And the thing is, on the plates, I just wanted to show you this as well. If you're not ready yet to do the cutting out, right, on the plates themselves, you can get the beautiful pattern with you. I mean, you can take that and you can dot emboss, can't you? You can take a needle and you can perforate. The cutting is a skill that takes time. However, if you can't do that quite yet, if you're not to that level yet, if you look at the plate, you'll notice that we also added straight lines around the outside. And that means that you can take a blade and you can cut this out. You don't have to have this beautiful ornate edge. You can just literally white emboss a double line, put colour in there like this. Do you see?
Yeah.
You can use you could even use, hey, listen, we thought of everything. What about these? You've got these as well. If you're not into your picot cutting, just use your dies. Look, yeah, these make the most authentic, look, see this one here? This has been picot cut out, but look at the edge.
So
that's been done with a die.
With a die?
Isn't that astounding? Yeah, that's been done with the rectangular nested die, the picot die. And the thing about this, and I know I'm going off at an angle now, but the picot dies, right, you got square, you got rectangle, you got all the different shapes, round. It comes with a picot, one of these as well. So I'm going to keep going now. When you cut something out, then you overlay it on the top of here, and then you can add the little lines, right, with your number one tool. This is for beginners really, but what's brilliant is you get this fantastic professional finish, and you don't have to be able to even picot cut. So if you're not at that level yet, that doesn't mean that these these grids are not for you, they are.
And you could use also the dies to create apertures.
Oh yeah, absolutely, to create apertures, and then you put your work behind. Yeah, the thing about the dies is, this is so interesting, not only do you get a perfect, see when you cut out with scissors, the pico's beautiful, but what you throw away isn't. When you die cut, the waste, if you like, is just as beautiful as the centerpiece. So you're absolutely right, it makes fantastic apertures as well, because you get two for the price of one, really.
It is. Thank you so much for that. Now, of course, Barbara was joining us through Skype for this hour. Of course, she will be joining as well at 12. But look at that, the one-day special. Using this board, the possibilities are endless. Now, you can. I love that the whole groovy system allows you to go as elaborate or as simple as you want. There are dies out there. Of course, there are those kind of pico edges. So if you wanted to invest on those ones, will work phenomenally well, but it's all about the one-day special today, isn't it? Now, it did sell out earlier. It's back on extended delivery, and it will be dispatched from the 12th of September. Now, if you want your one-day special, you are getting the brand new diagonal kind of borders. They were inspired by the cities of in Italy, Venice, Naples, and you are getting Rome as well as you are getting Florence. Now, you are also getting a full alphabet and the numbers in that beautiful script font in there. Now, grab yours by checking out those baskets. Remember, you have got a flexi buy option to spread the cost into interest-free payments. The details are on the screen. 491024 is your item number. Now, Barbara, we are going to be joining you at 12 o'clock, I think.
11 o'clock, I thought it was.
Yeah, 11. Sorry, 11.
12 o'clock. Oh, yeah, no, it's 12 o'clock is Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 o'clock is the ODS, and I'm on at 11 o'clock with the Fedotova, the Marina Fedotova parchment, the printed parchment.
Great. So we will see you then. Thank you so much, Barbara. Everybody at home.
Thank you, Paula.
Everybody at home, do check out your baskets for this phenomenal and beautiful offering from Clarity Stamps. Well, after the break, Yanis is showcasing the jewellery box. Then at 10, #so, and then Crafting with Clarity Weekend Wow.
Hi, I'm Ali from Ali Stitch Your Fingers, and I'm here to talk to you about the Stitched Up Ruler System. The Stitched Up Ruler System was born in America, and I saw how unique it was and wanted to bring it to the viewers on Hochanda. So what we've done is we've been designing these rulers, and they are specific depth to work with the specific foot that you need, but this enables you to be able to use this on a domestic sewing machine at home. We now design and manufacture the rulers and the feet here in Yorkshire. We've got lots of new designs and new shapes coming to you, and we can't wait to bring them to you at home. So make sure you don't miss the Stitched Up Ruler System with me on Hochanda.
Hi, we're the team from Daisy Bee Stamps. My name's Nina, this is Josie, and this is my dad Roy. And we design and manufacture our very own polymer stamps. So 3 years ago, we decided to embark on turning our own designs into polymer stamps. We're really excited about where this is going to take us in the future and how we can evolve those designs and keep bringing you something that's just so different. So we wanted to add an extra element to our stamp collection, and this was down to Josie using her iPad and hand drawing the amazing sentiments that we now have in our collection. All our designs complement each other so that you can use them again and again to create something new. So make sure you don't miss the Daisy Bee shows on Hochanda.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. Oakwood Archer is a family-run business, and my son and my daughter work very hard with me to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Bev. Hi, I'm Sam, and we're from Be Crafty. Be Crafty is a family-run company. Sam is my sister, and we love bringing brand new products to Hochanda. We manufacture and design all our own ranges of stamps, inkables, MDF, lots and lots of inspiration that we love to bring and share with you. If you tune in to Hochanda to join us, you'll see that mine and Bev's style are totally different. But what that does is it brings you lots of styles and techniques that you can include in your crafting too. Our ranges are increasing all the time with the lovely hand-drawn images that Sam and myself are trying to bring to you, plus the fantastic new designs that we like to bring in the inkables, in the dinkables and the MDF as well. So you can use them across all different sorts of crafts and bring the best we can to Hochanda too. So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Pete from Artisan Design. We're a family-run company from the Midlands and we have been going for around about a year now. We design handcrafted stamps, stencils and designer papers. Personally, I love crafts and I've loved crafts from childhood, right from when I first won an art competition when I was 5 years old. Tune into Hochanda, be part of the artisan design world and come and join me on this creative path.
Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely start to your Saturday. Now, we've got a great hour ahead, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to the lovely Linda. Hello, Linda.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Linda, I saw I was working with you this morning. I had a smile on my face. I really enjoy it. Whenever we work together, you're so good with you love to do your demonstrations and educate.
I like to teach, yes.
You do?
It is one of my passions, teaching, yes.
So we were going to have some fun, and I was saying just before we went live, Linda and I, we were talking, you really are so imaginative with your designs. I love everything that we're going to be featuring today.
Thank you. Yes, I do try. Yeah. It's when you see things and you think, oh yeah, I could make something that looks like that. In nature's very good. For
you get inspiration
colours.
From everywhere.
Yeah,
you will see that. We've got so many goodies on the show. We're going to... Oh, by the way, there is a big giveaway this hour. It's one lucky winner. Now, the way it works... Any purchase, if you make any purchase on the live show this hour, your name will go into a hat, and then somebody, we will announce a winner at the end of the show, will win, it's roughly about £12 worth of beads.
Yeah, about 12.
That you can see here. So all of these will be put into your order as a special gift, well, a prize, I should say. Yeah. One lucky viewer is going to get that. All you need to do is make any purchase on the live show today. Your name goes into a hat. Somebody will be winning these beautiful beads, and they are stunning. They're jewel-like. Look at the glisten and your glitter, the way they capture the light. Okay, those are lovely. So that's just a thank you from Linda, really, for supporting her. Okay, we're going to get through to everything. Now, we're going to start here. This is such a lovely bracelet. So we've got different choices, your pink, your mandarin and your champagne. It is your Joy's bracelet. And I know, Linda, you do like to name your jewellery after people you know.
That's right,
Who's
yes.
Joy?
Joy's my sister, actually.
Oh, that's lovely.
I know, yes.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Having a look, you know when we discussed the originality that Linda is able to inject into her pieces, you are going to be... It's two things, I would say, Linda. It's the joy of making it, and then the joy of wearing the jewellery, and it is going to be a talking point.
It. And you can make more, so the patterns are there, and you can keep using them, making more.
So we have got choices with regard. It's either your pink, or your mandarin and champagne. Champagne? Or so. Very, very Del Boy there. A little bit of champagne. So there we go. $13.99 is your price. Now, we just said, because it was pink, comma, the mandarin. The pink and mandarin is one option. And sorry, it's pink one option, and then the mandarin. Well, I've got that totally wrong. I apologise.
Don't worry, it's early.
Yeah. You can see it on the packaging. 313-515, your item number there. Okay, so we're going to move on. Now this is different, Linda.
I know.
Ooh, look at now. That is a beautiful bracelet. So this is your spider's web bracelet kit.
So can you see the spider in the middle?
I can.
Yeah.
This is probably a good idea that Janice wasn't presenting this show.
Oh.
She doesn't like spiders.
Oh dear.
But I have to say I do, and I love this design. So you've got two different colour options, white and gold, and bronze and yellow. But do you see how the beads, the facets of the beads capture the light, the intricacy of the designs, the originality that you are getting? That will look spectacular on. And you know, I'm kind of thinking with this bracelet, it's a good catch-all because you can jazz it up. So if you do want to go, let's say you're going out to a special event,
yes,
it would look fantastic.
Yeah.
But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you could wear this during the day, casually as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this a lot. $13.50. I mean, for $13.50 for a bracelet of that quality and the joy of doing it as well, I think that is a great price point. 201-127, your item number. Okay, we're going to move on down. You see what I'm saying? When I started the show, I mentioned that everything on the counter is spectacular, and you see it. You really do get a sense of that as we venture on down. Look at this. This is beautiful. So this is Lindy Lou's spring necklace kit. So there's a movement there. You've got a lot of play between the beads and the colours. Got to ask, who's Lindy Lou?
That's me. That was my nickname from my father.
Oh, that's nice. Lindy Lou. Well, that's so okay. Well, that's interesting because there is a playful nature to the necklace.
Yes. It would look nice with a plain T-shirt as well. It would stand out.
It really would.
Yes, as well as a nice dress in the evening, like you say.
There's a beautiful elegance to the beads used in the kits, but also it's the colours as well, because I think they're not out there in your face.
No.
They work very nicely together. I'm drawn, and it is all purely on colour preference, but I'm drawn to the centre option here. That's your lilac. The colours, so you've got that lilac base, the strands sort of keeping it all together as foundation, but then you've got the gem-like beads coming through, and the way they capture the light. Now, come on. Yeah, that's... I mean, I genuinely love them all.
Yes,
yes. But that is a beautiful option.
They are nice colours, those. Yeah.
Really nice. I mean, Linda, £11.
Well, we're having a little bit of a sort of a sale today because everybody's been so nice and still supporting me throughout the year that I thought I would bring the prices down a little bit just for this show.
We appreciate that. Now, this normally sells, regular retail price is £13.50. So you're getting a great price on a beautiful piece of jewellery. I mean, £11, are you kidding me? If we were to make up the kits to sell, again, are you happy with that? So let's say on a stand, we could do that?
They're all, yes.
So obviously not copying any of the patterns or anything, you're just literally just making up. And because if you made this up and then went to an event to sell, you get a lot more than £11 for that.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay,
yes,
791-408, your item number there. We've got to move on. This is your Tudor Rose necklace. Where you impress me, Linda, is how you're able to give each piece of jewellery such a distinctive look.
Yes.
And you do this every time you come to visit. I mean, it is so impressive because we've got a lot on the show today and nothing looks alike.
No. I like to make different things.
So here I'm kind of getting a sense of a bit of a period elegance.
Yes.
There is a Victorian charm. I know it says Tudor, but a sort of Tudor charm then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
Heritage.
I might have been watching a television programme or something and thought, oh, yes, I could do something sort of on the Tudor line.
Oh, it's so
with
effective.
Pearls, because, I mean, they were into a lot of pearls
Yeah.
and things, yeah.
But that is a beautiful necklace. And again, £10. You're just picking the option. But for £10, you can't go wrong. If you're a Freedom member, that is your delivered price. You've got white, red, peach and lilac. So your white and red, your peach and your lilac. Which choice would you go for? Well, that's up to you, but whichever you do go for, I think you're going to be very happy with your purchase. 789-806, your item number. Now, see when we're saying everything's different, look at these pendants that are coming up next. That is an absolute showstopper of a piece of jewellery. They are phenomenal. So this is a real statement. Do you know what I'm thinking, Linda? What about black dress, simple, elegant black dress with the pendant going through, and that's all you need.
This is it. The cord doesn't come with it. I just put on a plain cord because there are so many different cords and ribbons out there. I thought I'll leave the choice of cords and ribbons to themselves, you know, to everybody else.
Yeah. Wow. I'm kind of looking now, we've got a great shot, a real close-up of that pendant, and the nuances and intricacies of making it, and that's going to be a joy because you're learning a real technique and skill here.
That's right, yes.
And I know that that's an importance to you when designing.
Yes.
You also want to give your
everybody
fans
else the pleasure of doing the same thing.
And
yes.
learning those skills.
Yes.
Because then you can go on and you can start developing
Absolutely,
and
start designing your own. Yeah.
So if you want to go for, I mean, £16 for a jewellery of that magnitude. £16.50, I should say, sorry. I think our director Molly is a big fan of this as well. 850269, your item number. We're going to move on. There is, at the moment, not one thing I haven't fallen in love with. Really, I think they're all fantastic.
They'll all suit you lovely.
You're very good. They would. OK, now I think we're going to be demonstrating this beautiful... Wow, now this is nice. So this is your lariat necklace. Your chenille lariat necklace,
yes. So this is teaching another stitch.
That is beautiful, and it's got a bit of a sort of folk Celtic knot type feel to it. Am I right in saying?
You can, you know, knot it round the loop, or just have it down, hanging down. It gives you choices. This one, you can wrap it round your wrist if you wanted.
It looks stunning. I mean, I love the colour play here as well. So you've got these beautiful colours, and then the contrast from the sort of earthy tones and that wonderful. How did you describe? So the weave, not weave. How do you describe it?
It's like a netting, if you like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it builds up like a netting.
That netting around there, stunning. $14.50 your price, 487-174 your item number. Look, if you're watching right now, and odds are if you are tuning in, thank you for joining us, you're a fan of jewellery, it's the ability to work and build and create your own jewellery, the process you're going to enjoy, but as well, I think, something that for me would be equally appealing, going out and wearing jewellery that is totally unique.
Yes.
And I know in the past, working with Linda, on many occasions, actually quite often, Linda will be wearing some of her jewellery and someone will stop her and sort of say, where did you get that? How did you... It is a talking point.
It is, yes. Yeah. And it's lovely to have a piece that you know you can go out, nobody else has got that piece on.
Yeah, it's lovely. OK, we're going to move on. We've got... Oh, this is beautiful. So, now, this is a bracelet and necklace set that you're getting. Look at that. So, are we able to make both?
Yes,
Linda?
yes, both of them. Yeah.
So you've got that full coordination. That's nice, with the heart coming through here. So that's your one option. Then, what about this one? Beautiful colours coming through. Oh, wow. For £12.50, having that bracelet and the coordinating necklace, come on. So, sorry, that was a necklace. And the coordinating bracelet there. That is beautiful, and you can see the kind of quality of beads that Linda incorporates into her designs, and you need that. It's the facets, the way they capture the light, and all that colour sort of dapples off the jewellery. And then finally, this is your Turkish delight. So each one, its unique shape, colours to really set off the design as well. You've got that centre bead, that sort of statement bead in there. Lovely. £12.50 for a necklace and your bracelet duo. Great value for money. What have I done? Oh, there we go. OK, there we go. 802-547, your item number. Now, I remember in the past, we have brought this to you before, doing a show with Linda. These are exquisite. And again, this to me goes back to, it's kind of like a heritage piece, Linda. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, it's one of those pieces you can wear anywhere at any time, yes.
Wow. I know I said I wasn't going to pick a favourite. I'm going to do it. I love them all. I really do.
We sold out of that one time and time again.
It's stunning. Yeah. It really is a breathtaking piece of jewellery. So either if you go for, you got the fuchsia or the pink, fuchsia pink. Is that the two options? Oh, okay, here we go. Rainbow magic and gold, and then fuchsia pink. Sorry. I'm just going to turn this around. I want to show you the reverse as well. Just even the clasp looks so beautiful. Isn't that nice? This is stunning, Linda.
Thank you.
Really, really stunning. So it was my wife, it was our anniversary recently, and I bought my wife some jewellery. I wish I'd done this show before, because I tell you what, I paid a lot more than £14, and I think that is absolutely stunning. £14 your price, 266-814 your item number. Now, we have one final thing to share with you. 20 strands of glass pearls for £12.
Yes.
Glass, I mean, these are glass pearls, 20 strands. Obviously, you're not going to wear them all together like this, unless you're a mini Bio Baracus. But you've got, I mean, these are stunning.
They are, and there's lots of sizes in it.
Love it. I mean, just a great way to inject an incredible amount of colours and diversity into your stash.
Yes. Yes.
For £12, everybody. So that's value for money when you consider how much you're paying per strand, and these are glass as well. Great value. 930-360 your item number. If you do have any questions, we would love to hear from you. studio@hochanda.com. Okay, now, Jack, that works out 60 pence per strand. All right, we're going to jump onto the website as we head to our first demonstration. So, what have you got your eye on? I know you're looking at something. I know you are. I have to say, at the moment, the busiest is the Tudor Rose. Ooh. Okay. So, I love them all. Genuinely, and I know I did pick a favourite, but I don't think you'll be disappointed on any choice. And look at the 5-star reviews as well. I also want to point out that, Linda, this is Linda's business. Linda is the driving force behind it. You can see that she's designed everything, she packs everything for you. So you're supporting a small boutique business here. You can see how passionate Linda is with her jewellery, and I'm so proud as a presenter at Hochanda that we're able to offer a platform to someone as talented as Linda. Speaking of which, we're going to go to our first demonstration. What are we going to do,
Thank
Linda?
you. Well, I thought I would demonstrate the chenille lariat first.
Lovely.
So I'm going to show you how to... Now, to get started, the instructions tell you exactly how to do it.
Okay.
So you first of all, you're picking up 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 until you've got the correct number.
Okay.
You'll make a circle, and then you start and add your beads in, and it's all in here. But I'm going to show you. I've actually started one. Right. So once you've started. This is how simple it is.
It's nice to have the picture reference as well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And it does explain everything to you. You've got this side as well that shows you how to put the other connecting parts on as well.
So it's like a mini workshop, really.
It is, yes. Okay. So, first of all, imagine I've picked my beads up, and now I'm following on from this point here.
Okay.
So I'm adding my 2 beads.
Yeah.
So, right. So I'm coming out of this side of this silver bead.
Yes.
I'm going to pick up 2 of the 11s. You've only got size 11 beads, so this is quite simple for anybody who's not sure about sizes, because you're only working in one size. Nice. So I've got my 2 beads. I'm going to pass my needle through this other silver bead. Okay, and pull it through. Okay, pull it up tight. Okay. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to pick up 2 more. This particular colour is a mixture of colours, so we call it a mix. Okay. Pull 2 through.
They all work so well together.
They do. The mixers are lovely. You sort of think, oh, not sure, but they do work lovely. Now, I'm going to go through that silver one again. That's the one I started in. Now I'm going to step up.
Yeah.
So when you go through one you've already put in on the last row, it's called a step up. So I'm going to go into just the one, pull my thread through.
Nice.
I'm going to pick up a silver one this time, just one bead this time.
Okay.
I'm going to go through one.
Lovely.
So that's the pair. I'm going to skip this silver one and I'm going to go into the one of the pair. So what I'm actually doing is putting a silver bead in between each of the pairs that I added last time. So, okay, can we see that?
And once you start getting the technique, then you're just repeating the process.
That's right. This one only has 2 steps.
Okay.
So you've got your 2 11s you're putting in,
Yeah.
and then you've got your 1. So I'm going to come back out now of that silver one, the first one I added.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to repeat. So I'm going to put 2 of the mixed ones. So 1.
So there's 2, yeah.
Through the silver.
And then 2 more of the little ones.
That's correct. Through the silver.
And then we go back to our individual.
That's right. And then we go back to the 1 silver one. So we'd step up. So you can see I've stepped up there to the middle now.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep a good tension. So now we're going to pick up 1 silver. I'm going to pass through the 2 11s, if it'll let me. So that's your 2 you need to pass through to get into the middle.
Yeah.
There.
Nice.
And once again, we're going to go through 1 and through the second one.
Do you know, it's lovely, I'm just listening to the team, and they haven't made jewellery before, and they've all got the steps now.
Yes.
So if they can follow it, and we've never made any jewellery, once you get these home, you have got the instructions, very simple to follow. But what you're creating is stunning. I mean, it really is beautiful, beautiful piece of jewellery.
That's it. Okay, we'll do 1 more round.
Are you able to adjust the length if you want it? I know some people prefer a shorter, longer necklace.
Well, what's the idea I had, because you get your beads in your pack, and then I give you a pack with a selection of beads and the silver ring in. And I was thinking this the other day when I was setting this demonstration up, and not all ladies like a lariat.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, if you used your ring and hang your beads off it, so you've got your decoration, and then put a small ring on the top so that it's facing the right way, because if you put it there, if you went through there, it'd be facing that way, which would be the wrong way. Okay. So if you put a nice little loop on the top, you can thread that through, and then if you wanted, you could make it into a necklace that's
nice.
Shorter and fastens at the back of your neck. You'd have to find a clasp of some kind, whether it's a toggling clasp.
That's nice you've got that adjustment.
Well, yes, I was thinking of it the other day.
Because everyone, I mean, different preferences. It's just interesting hearing Emily, our producer, talk, because she finds with jewellery she prefers a slightly shorter neck, because she's got quite a long neck, and she just finds if she wears one that hangs down, it sort of accentuates the length of her neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. So that's what I thought the other day when I was doing this, that if you wanted something shorter but still wanted the colour and the effect, you could just put a clasp or a fastener on the back.
Nice.
So, shall I do a couple more rows?
Yeah. All right, we'll see a couple more rows.
Yeah.
I've got to say, we are busy, and remember, and we all got cues on the phones as well. I am so pleased, because genuinely, Linda is such a lovely person, and she is so passionate about her jewellery. All these designs are Linda's designs. They're original. You're getting something that has so much passion poured into it. And as a special treat, and a big thank you to Linda for doing this, she's going to be giving away to one lucky person all of these beautiful beads, worth roughly around £12. So to be in line to win these beads, all you need to do is make any purchase on the show. But if you consider the price points, ranging from, I think, what the most is £16.50, ranging down to £11, £12, £14.50, which you can see on your screen, £10. You could buy an item on the show. If you're the lucky winner, it's practically, well, it would have covered your purchase, depending obviously what you bought. Okay, but that's a lovely giveaway from Linda, and it gave me so many beautiful colours in those beads as well.
I mean, if there's colours in there and you've got your beads, you can add them into anything and change things around that you've got. So,
like that.
Yeah.
Bespoke. Lovely.
Absolutely, yes, make it your own. Right, so do you want me to do a different demonstration, or do you want to carry on with this one for a minute?
Well, if you could maybe, we'll go on to a different one for now, and we can always come back to this, just so we can get as much in this hour as we can.
Yes, that's
everything's busy at the moment.
It's all set up, so we're all right.
Oh, that's good. If you need me to, I can also give a quick recap if that will help you.
Won't take me a second.
Okay.
Right, so this time I'm going to do the bracelet. Now, this one is a little bit more technical, but I'll do my best to explain.
Okay. Which bracelet is this, sorry?
Now, this one's the necklace and the bracelet set.
Oh, okay. The duo, yes.
That's right. So,
nice. Yeah, I mean, for £12.50 for a beautiful necklace and bracelet.
And the bracelets have this new slider. Well, it's been going a little while, but so it will fit any size wrist. So you just slide. Just try and make sure you can see it. So it slides up.
That's nice.
And it slides down. So it's one of those things that you don't have to worry about somebody's wrist size.
It's funny. Whenever I do these shows, you learn so much about the team, because you're saying having that adjustability. Our director, Alex, he struggles sometimes with guys, watches and jewellery, because he's got very small wrists.
Oh, right,
but,
yes. And I have
nice.
the problem the other way.
Okay.
So, excuse me, I'm going to do the circle, because I thought that would be it's straight. Now, in the instructions, I've put in several different bits. So I've put in your pattern on how to do right angle weave. So that is the stitch you're going to use for it.
Okay.
I've also put a piece in that shows you how to join right angle weave, because that's often the step that people struggle with.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got that. And then you've got your steps to make the necklace and the bracelet, the circle in this place, in this pattern.
Linda, I've got to ask. When you pronounce it, necklace.
Necklace.
So you're really emphasising the sort of necklace. Is that how you've always pronounced? Because I pronounce like necklace.
Yeah, I suppose it is. When I was younger, my parents had a lot of, we had to speak correctly, because we had a lot of people, when they first built the motorway, and I'm sorry, that's my age, I can remember them opening it, we had a lot of people from Spain, they went into what the post houses then, excuse me, and of course, to teach them English correctly, you had to pronounce things properly. And we as children had the knives, forks, spoons and everything. I had to teach them what they all were.
So is the correct pronunciation necklace?
Necklace, yes.
I've been saying it wrong like all my life. Okay, I'm glad you corrected me, thank you.
Well, I suppose it's how it's pronounced, isn't it? Right, so I'll just get the beads to this.
Now, was obviously a conscious decision. I know we've got options, but to give each of your options their own design.
Yes.
And that's more, it just goes to show how personal all this jewellery is to you, because that's so much more work, and you would be forgiven for same design for each, just different colourways.
Just colourways,
You've tripled your work there.
I know. I'm always doing more work than I should, really. Right, so I would suggest you start with this pattern first. So this is going to tell you how to start your right angle weave.
Okay.
Now, there are steps to right angle weave. So first of all, we're going to pick up 4 beads. Now this applies to any beads you're going to be using.
Yeah.
So let me just find my end. So I've got 4 beads, and in this case I'm just going to go through them again.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting a sense, and I always think this every time I work with you, the beads that you incorporate into your designs. They capture the light so wonderfully. I mean,
I
you
like
must
that.
work hard to source good quality beads.
Yes, yes. Well, as you know, I like to go to Prague and to Turkey.
Yeah.
And you can find all sorts there, and then you try and source a large quantity of them if you can.
Right.
Otherwise, I have to put them all in my luggage to bring them back. So now you've got 4 beads. Now, that is what we would call the floor.
Right. That's your foundation.
That's right. So, I'm going to pass through 1 bead. Let's get that one out of the way. And I'm going to pick up 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pass through the bead I was coming out of.
Okay.
Okay.
So just continuing along.
Yeah, I'm going to do this very slowly.
Right.
So, now, that's my ceiling bead, and these are my 2 walls. Okay.
So we've got our floor, our 2 walls, and then
a
the ceiling.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Now, I've come out of that bead. I'm going to pass into the next floor bead.
Okay.
Along. This is if I can find the hole. Okay. So, now this time I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'm going to pass down the wall bead from last time,
Okay.
that's closest to me, back through the floor.
Right.
Okay. So when you pull them up,
Okay.
just take your time doing this one, because it's the same with any pattern you do. Starting it off is always
the hardest.
Yes, because you've got nothing to hold on to really. So I've now picked 2 more beads up.
Okay.
I'm going to go through the wall.
Right.
And wait a second. I came out of my floor. I needed to pass into the next bead. Sorry.
So that's the next floor.
That's the next floor.
Yeah.
So now I'm picking my 2 beads up.
So by going through the floor, you're anchoring.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through the wall and through the floor again.
Nice. So we're leaving that ceiling alone.
Yep. So, got that. Now, we're going to pass through the floor. Now, because we've already got 4 walls, we only need to pass through the wall. Okay. Through the wall. Now we're going to pick 1 bead up, because that's going to be our ceiling. We're going to go down the wall on the opposite side. Okay.
We do have a question. Would I put you off if I read out the question? From Shelley. Shelley, thank you so much for getting in touch. I think this is a really good question. So Shelley just wanted to ask, she's got a nickel allergy. So with the chain included in this kit, is there any nickel in there?
Now I can't be sure about that. So I would say
avoid, err on the side of caution.
Either that, or if you've got some of your own that you know, because they've come from different places. I think these are nickel free,
right?
But I can't be sure about the chain, because that didn't have anything on it.
Right. So,
so
Shelley,
I'm not sure.
Aaron, I know that you wanted to go for the licorice. We can't guarantee that it is nickel free, so maybe err on the side of caution, possibly there, because I wouldn't want you to get it home and if there was any nickel. Okay.
Right. So we've come out. Oops, I'm upside down now.
So where are we at to now?
Right. So I'm just getting myself in the right way. So now we're coming up. Coming out of there. It's all right, just trying to get myself the right way around again. Right, so I'm coming out. I'm going to go up a wall.
Okay.
Okay, so I've gone back through the bottom. And I'm going to come up a wall. There we are, go up my wall. So now, these, when you pull it all together, these are my 4 ceilings.
Yeah. So we started with the floor.
We started with the floor.
Then we built the walls with the ceiling.
Yes.
But we left the ceiling alone, and now we're just finishing off the roof.
So now we pass the thread all the way around the ceilings.
Yeah.
So that's tightened. So that's pulling it all together.
Okay.
And if you, I don't know if you can see,
Oh, we can
that
see.
makes a cube.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. And then
Okay.
you're just going to repeat the steps?
Yes. So then, so we're coming out that side again, and it starts to get easier because you've now got something to hold on to.
And then we start with the floor again?
Yes. So
Brilliant.
your ceiling now becomes the floor.
Uh-huh.
So now we're going to put 3.
Okay.
Just along.
Just to let you know, Linda, we're halfway through the show, so we'll take a recap after this. if that's
Right,
okay.
so I'll just do this row and then
Okay.
I'll get the next one ready for afterwards.
Okay.
So 3, 2, 3 the floor again, 2, through the wall, through the floor. So now we've got, wait a minute, that one's twisted. So we've got all our bits. So now we're down to the 1. So with the 1, you're going to go through the floor, up the wall,
Yeah.
pick up 1, down the wall, and back round again. So you've got your 4. So we're going to go through the floor, up the side, and tie your roof together, or your ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're ready to do the next one. And you keep doing them to the amount required to make the circle.
Lovely.
And it does tell you in the instructions.
Can you
And
just
as
hold
you
that
can
up?
see,
Oh, there we go. No, that's fine there.
Is that
actually.
all right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's perfect. So you can see we've just started, and that is obviously the foundation we're going to build on. But that's your
it.
full sequence, your full
as you
pattern
go in,
sequence.
you end up with a nice circle.
Stunning. Well, actually, now we have got this piece of jewellery. It's not this option. It's is that the licorice option that you're wearing?
Yes, that's the
Can we
licorice
just
option.
have a look at Linda, because it looks beautiful. And you know what I was saying, that Linda often, and I am right in saying this, Linda, quite often you'd be out and about and people will comment
Yes.
on your jewellery.
Yes.
Look at that. Beautiful. And it does capture the light.
It does when you
And you've got
move.
the matching bracelet there
Yes.
as well for
Yes,
£12.50. Oh yes,
Slide
let's
it
see
on.
the combo.
Yes, there we are.
You can adjust it to your wrist
You can.
size.
So you hold it underneath and
Yeah.
slide it along,
Lovely.
and then it's on.
Oh, can we just offer that to the camera, Linda? Let's have a look. Linda, look, do you know what I'm fascinated by? Look at the twinkle from those
Yeah.
beads. I know how hard you work to source such different beads.
Yes.
Stunning. That combo for £12.50, are you kidding? Amazing. I hope you're enjoying this hour. Thank you for the questions. Shelley, I hope we answered that question for you. What we're going to do is we're going to recap everything on the show, and then we'll continue the demonstrations. What you get with Linda is something that really is so unique. I know how hard she works to design the jewellery for you and inject her own stories and passions. Now, have a look here. This is your Joy bracelet going through. Lovely details. That originality, that play between the beadwork and then those centre beads that really capture the light. So $13.99, you're getting 1 bracelet, so you choose which option you want to go for. Both options here, so you've got your pink and then you've got your mandarin and champagne. $13.99 is your price, 313-515, your item number. Next, we have the spider's web. This is beautiful. I mean, really, really nice. I'm just going to put them close. Again, you've got options, but look at that. As a piece of jewellery, isn't that stunning? It's the intricacies that you're getting there. I really am a fan of this. It's different, and that's what you get with Linda's work. She's so imaginative. Some people, and I find it here working at Hochanda, there's some crafters, it comes so easy to them, but they're just so good at it, and Linda has the eye. $13.50, your price. If you want to get hold of this beautiful bracelet, 2 options, so I'm just showing you both options there. You pick the option that stands out to you. For some reason, I'm gravitating towards this option here. I don't know why. $13.50, your price. 021127, your item number. Now, the spring necklaces. Look at these. So, for me, what stands out, the colour, the play of the design, there's a light airiness to the actual design, the free-flowing nature of it. But the way it works is such an elegant necklace. 3 options. You choose the option that you really gravitate towards, that speaks to you. Just showing you the designs here. That one got a little bit twisted. There we go. So you can see here just how wonderful. Now, okay. Can we just pause a minute? Alex, I'm sorry, buddy, this is directing from the floor. But look at that. I know I said earlier on that it was one of my favourites, but come on. I think that is absolutely breathtaking. It's the foundation of the sort of lilac between the gem colours that you're getting. Isn't that nice? And you just see how, and you can't make that up, the way they capture the light. That is stunning. You will have that effect at home. At the moment, lilac is most popular, and I'm not trying to detract from the other 2 options. But jewellery is such a personal thing, and for some reason, my eye is gravitating towards that lilac. I don't know why. But equally, I can see now this. You've got beautiful, understated colours, real natural tones. That cream and red just works so well together. So that might be an option that appeals to you. £11 is your price. £11 for a piece of jewellery of this quality. Come on, you'll never regret it. And remember, anybody who makes a purchase this hour, your name will be put into a hat, and we're going to announce a winner. Somebody is going to win all of these beautiful beads. In about 12 minutes, we're going to announce the winner there. Now, these are worth around about £12, so somebody's going to be winning these this hour. Okay, one person. Right, we're going to move on to our Tudor Rose. Tudor Rose is a very popular option here. There's certain pieces. Linda's so good. She's given modern, contemporary looks. There's something for everyone. Then we've got more classic sort of heritage looks coming through as well. I think Tudor Rose definitely falls into that sort of classic heritage bracket. Saving £10. I mean, look at, not saving £10, but £10. But you are getting a saving on some of the jewellery as well, because I know Linda wanted to give great prices for the show. 789806, your item number. This would normally retail at £12. So great value for money from a beautiful original piece of jewellery that you get the joy of making, and then you get the joy of displaying as well. So wearing it, enjoy it, keep it. £10 your price there, 789806 your item number. What I like about the jewellery as well, there's certain times, and I think with the price point, if you think about, we're going to go on to the pendants now. Let's say you are planning, I know this has been a weird year for going out, going on holidays, but sometimes you want some jewellery, but you don't want to take very expensive jewellery away with you. This is a really good way of getting something that looks, it looks like an extremely expensive piece of jewellery. It's original, it's beautiful in design, $16.50. So you get the best of both worlds in there. Now, with this, I've got to point out, you don't get the chain. So we're just showing you there. Am I right in saying that, Linda? So you're just getting the pendant. We're just showing this just for display purposes. But then you've got the joy of you get to decide what chain you want.
Or that they like to wear things with. And like you say about length as well, whatever length you want, you can choose then.
The centre gem has, it's got a real depth to it.
Yes.
Am I right in calling that a gem? Or
we call it a Rivoli.
Rivoli.
But it's, yes, it is a glass gem.
Learning. So look, that centre Rivoli, you can see it really draws you in. Lovely. $16.50, your price. 2 different options. Just going to show you the second option as well. These are your statement pieces. Love that. Look at it. $16.50 there. 850269 your item number. Now moving on, we've got the lariat. So we were demonstrating the lariat in our first demo. Have to say, the lariat is just such a wonderfully imagined and original piece of jewellery, and you really can see this on. And I actually think you'll absolutely wear this all year round, but going into the sort of autumn and winter months, this kind of design, I think, it just fits. It feels like it reflects the season quite well.
Yeah, round a nice polo neck jumper, it'd look really nice, wouldn't it?
That's a good idea. There you go. So these are the options, and you can see the touches that Linda has injected into each option, the different sprays of colour, that wonderful. This is the one we were actually working with in our first demonstration. But isn't that beautiful? The different mix of beads in there, and then finally slightly different hues going through. It's a very popular option. $14.50 is your price there. Don't forget, anybody who makes a purchase on the show, your name goes into a hat, and it genuinely could be you winning this collection of beads worth £12. It's just a thank you from Linda. What she wanted to do is just to say, show her appreciation for all the support she's received here at Hochanda. Look at those. Somebody's going to be winning it. We will be announcing the winner at the end of the hour. And the good thing about Hochanda, you know, when you go into competition, we're not talking about hundreds of thousands of people you're competing against. So you have got a chance. All right, now we're going to move on. The necklace and bracelet. So 3 different options coming through. But I was saying, for Linda, it shows how much attention to detail she employs in all her pieces, because she could have just had the same design for each. She hasn't. If you're going for that red, you get the heart design with this centre. Oh, sorry, I apologise. That's your cherry lip. This is the licorice, which we're showing here. Look at, and that's one that Linda is actually wearing herself. And so when we go to demonstration, just have a little look, Linda, and she's wearing this. It looks stunning. It really does. And then finally, we have, this is your Turkish Delight, which I know Emily, our producer, absolutely loves. But it's the twinkle, the fire that you get from the beads. They are beautiful beads. $12.50 your price there. 802-547 your item number. Now, genuinely, I'm not saying this, I genuinely love them all, but if I do have a favourite, I'll always articulate that. It's my fave, because look at this. We talk about heritage pieces. There is a real provenance to the actual design. You could see this in Victorian times or Tudor times. This is the kind of thing you'd expect someone to be wearing, displayed proudly in a National Trust home, a painting. It looks expensive. It definitely does not look like it costs. You wear this, no way in a million years would anyone think this cost £14. And I know that's not the point of the jewellery. The point is you want to make something you enjoy and you're happy to wear. So it's the enjoyment of making it and then wearing it. But it's nice to wear something and people think, well, you must have paid a fortune for that. Yes, I did. Don't have to tell them, yeah. £14 your price, whether you're going for that rainbow magic and gold or your fuchsia pink. Stunning piece though, really, really nice. Finally, we have some glass beads for you, 20 strands of glass beads. Wait till you see the price. £12, and I'll tell you how busy we are for this. We are limited stock, so if you want to get hold of these glass beads, it works out 60p per strand. Are you kidding? So I would nab those quickly because they are going to go. 930-360, your item number there. All right, so we are going to be heading back to Linda for our next demonstration. Let's jump onto the website and see all the goodies. Have a little look. It's a good way because I know there is a lot on the show. So if you just want to have a look at all the items at your leisure, your own pace, maybe read some reviews as well, feel free. And also do feel free, if you do order anything, leave your reviews as well. Those the bundle of stranded glass pearls there, very busy for that. £12. Now, just saying, £12 for that. If you were to be lucky enough to win our giveaway, which is worth £12, you've effectively got those for nothing. Just saying. What are we going to do next, Linda?
I'm going to do the Cater necklace. I've done it before, but I know everybody likes to see these things. Now, within your pattern, I do give you the instructions. So you demonstrated the, well, you turn the necklace around for the ladies and gentlemen. The fastenings at the back, the loop and toggle that you can make yourself. So I have given you the instructions for that. So that's there. And the toggle is these instructions, or the bar as we call it. Okay. So they're all in there. If you don't feel confident enough to make the loop, just string some beads together that will go over the toggle. Okay.
Linda, we just got a question in. Do you mind if I ask you this question very quickly? Just, I thought, rather than interrupting your demonstration.
That's all right.
So with the spring necklace, and I've picked up the lilac option, just 'cause I like it. We had a question as in the length and the drop. Do you know the length and the drop off the top of your head?
I think it's about 16-inch, the length is of that one.
Okay.
And the drop really would depend on what sort of neck you've got.
Okay. Well, we can...
It is fairly close to the collarbone.
Yeah.
So that's where I had it sitting.
Yeah.
Here. So, yeah.
So about 16 inches, and I hope that answers your question.
I think it's about
Thank
16.
you. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. but there are extra beads in it, so if you did need it a little bit longer, you could add a few more on the straight bit at the top.
Perfect.
So,
and that's the joy of making your own jewellery. You
that's
can
right,
tailor
you can
it
add
to...
on. Especially when it's a
exactly.
nice straight piece at the top, you can add a few more on to make it that little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the Katie necklace again. So I've started, so as you can see, you get your instructions. So it tells you how many beads to put on and then how to start the process. So that's your instructions, and that's all there is to this one, straightforward.
Okay.
So here we are. So I'm just coming out, so you've got three beads, you've got your bicones, you've got size 11s in your main colour, and then size 11s in your contrasting colour. Nice. Oh, and for those of you that do want to make the circular toggle,
yeah,
I've also put in a few of these. Now these are called 15s, and you'll need them on the inside of the toggle. So if you do want to have a go, you have got all the beads.
Brilliant. Can I just give a reminder very quickly? We're going to be closing the entries for our draw. You've got 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes, and then we're going to close it. So if you've got anything in your basket right now, if you're definitely going to go for it, please check out, because I want your name to go into the hat for our prize draw for those beads. Sorry.
Yes, more the merrier. Yeah. So I'm coming out of a contrasting bead, and as it will tell you, you pick 3. 1, 2, 3 main beads, 1 contrasting bead, 3 main beads,
okay.
And then you're going to go miss that bicone out, your shiny bead, and you're going to go into the next contrasting bead.
Right.
Okay, so that takes it over.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, and then you're going to do the same again. So this is very similar to the chenille one. You only have 2 different sort of moves to make.
I mean, even now you can see how beautiful those beads are. This is such a stunning piece of jewellery, Linda. I really mean that.
Yes, I like this one. I always start new beaders off on this one, because it is, you always get a lovely finish. Yeah.
I would imagine you get lovely stories as well from people who've made the jewellery, gone out, worn it.
Yes, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. And more often than not, it's they come wanting more beads because somebody else wants one.
Well, that's a great sign. When someone's seen something that you're wearing, like, I would love it.
And can you make one?
Yeah.
So now I've passed through, so I went through that contrasting bead there, passed through the 3 main colour beads, and I'm now coming out this contrasting bead. And as you see, it's like a triangle now.
Nice.
But this time I'm going to pick up one of these bicones. So I'm coming out of that contrast and I'm going into that contrast.
Okay.
And when I pull them together, they start to come up. So pick another one up, go in the next contrasting bead, and it'll pull up. And then if we do the same with the third one, into the contrasting bead. That's the second one. Now we're going to repeat the pattern. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1 contrasting bead and 3 of your main colour. Into the contrasting bead, the next one along. Oh, I'm saying that. There we are. So we're going through again.
Yeah.
And here we are. We'll start make our little triangle again.
Nice.
And 1, 2, 3, oh, not 4. 1 contrast, 1, 2, 3, into the contrast.
Nice.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And
shall I just lift this up and just show you? This is what Linda's working towards. To just give you an idea for anyone who might have just tuned in, this is the technique to build up this beautiful necklace. £14 your price. You've got 2 different options. That's one, and then the other option, if I just pick that up, and I'm going to turn it around as well so you can see. I mean, that looks stunning, but even the reverse, isn't that a lovely little clasp that you've got? Beautiful piece.
That's it. So we've put our other set on. So we've got our triangle again. So now we're coming out of the contrasting bead. So we've gone up the 3, out the contrast, and now we're picking the 3 gems up again. So 1, 2.
Okay.
And 3 into that one. Right. Okay, and then we're back to where we were again. Okay, so we're going to have 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 contrast, 1, 2, 3, into the next contrast, and that is all there is to this one. And then when you get to the end, it explains how to string them together and pull them up, and you can add your other pieces or fastening to it, whichever you decide to use. So this one grows really quickly. I mean, you could start it in the morning, you'd probably be wearing it in the evening.
Yeah. Wow. Imagine that, starting off and then going out.
Yeah.
But there's no rush.
No.
To enjoy the process.
That's right.
The thing. Linda, I've got to announce the winner. Time's unfortunately beating us. I'm sorry. We have got a winner for you. So, can I just say a massive congratulations to Shirley Thompson. Well done to you, Shirley Thompson.
Congratulations.
You've won all of these. They're going to bring them away to you. So it is achievable. So sorry for everyone who missed out, but Shirley, congratulations. Enjoy your beads and enjoy whatever you bought as well. That goes for everybody because the jewellery is beautiful and it's wonderfully imagined. You're investing in something that's original. It's not going to break the bank, but I promise you, when you do wear the jewellery, it's the joy of making it, of course, but when you wear it, it's going to be a talking point. Linda, thank you so much.
That's right.
When are you going to come back?
I think I'm back beginning in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And I know little Birdie was telling me that you were working on some new pieces.
I am working on some new pieces.
Okay.
Yes, with COVID and the hospital and everything, it's got behind a little bit.
Yeah.
So yes, I am working on some new pieces.
I can't wait to see what you bring. But
Thank
I always
you.
love whenever you come to visit us. So thank you so much, Linda.
Hopefully
I enjoyed
I'll see
it.
you then.
Yes. Do make sure to tag in Hochanda. Please tag in any piece of jewellery, pictures of any jewellery you make, because we love seeing it. And I know Linda would love seeing it as well. This is the whole point of Hochanda. I know I mentioned it earlier on, but it's the fact that we can give a platform to small boutique companies like Linda. I mean, it is just Linda designing and sending out everything to, and of course large companies as well. So you've got such diversity here, and I hope you enjoy as much as we do. So Linda, thank you so much. Linda's back in November. Do make sure to check out your baskets as well. Coming up next though, we've got a fantastic hour. So, #so up next. It's going to be great. After that, we've got a Crafting with Clarity Weekend Wow. I'm going to be hosting that with Barbara. And then we've got the Clarity One Day Special. Lots to enjoy.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping baskets, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi order making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hi, this is Els from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Elizabeth Craft Designs is a Colorado-based company. It's a family company, so husband, son, daughter all work in the company, and then a fantastic team of designers, because a company cannot exist without a great team around yourself. What we would like to share with you is my passion for crafts. We love all the concepts we have, so we have from cute till classic and beautiful designs. We love our journaling planner line, and we're going to bring you our ideas, our passion, and we hope to transfer that passion to you. So please join Elizabeth Craft Designs here at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Leslie from Chocolate Baroque, and we design and manufacture our own rubber stamps right here in the northeast of England. We have a wonderful in-house designer called Sue, who hand draws all the images, which we then transfer into rubber stamps. We have very, very elaborate designs. We have everything from steampunk right through to beautiful florals, and then we have scenic and we have words. Our stamps are beautifully elaborate, very, very detailed, exquisitely etched, and the quality is next to none. So good that if you look after your stamps, we guarantee them for a lifetime. Whether it's stamping, mixed media, or art journaling, join us at Hochanda for our journey into everything creative and messy, and see what you can create with our stamps.
Hello, I'm Hayley, and you might have seen me presenting here at Hochanda. Well, I've always been an avid crafter behind the scenes, and have been given the opportunity to share some of my favourite products with you in a monthly show called Handmade by Hayley. So I hope you'll join me, let me inspire you, and maybe you will discover a new craft in the process.
Good morning. We have got a beautiful hour. You can see ahead of us we have got English paper piecing, and you know what? There is an expert, very passionate about English paper piecing here in the building. Hello, Jenny.
Hello, you alright?
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Did you have a nice drive?
Yes, the M25 was clear. So I was
Unlike
happy.
last time.
Yeah, definitely not on the way home last time.
Good. Now you are, of course, Jenny, you are an amazing, passionate defender of English paper piecing, because and the projects you have got for today feature English paper piecing.
Yes, they do.
But also so much more.
Yes.
It's just gorgeous, isn't
Yeah,
it?
loads of quilting as well on top of the designs.
It is beautiful. Now, we have got a brand new, look at that, it's the machine cover. However, I will say that a sewing machine cover is extraordinary, but I almost, as soon as I saw it, I said, I wanted to have it hanging. I want to make a cat bed, because it's a nice size, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Be just, it is. It's like kind of a mini quilt in there. Now, you have got two options. Summer Garden, which has the one that features the beautiful oranges and pinks and blues. And then we have got the Midnight Rose, which has got the beautiful pink flowers in here with the golden printing. And now, of course, we know what it does. Is a cover, but what do we get exactly in the kit, Jenny?
You get all the fabric to make the front, the back, the binding, the ties, and you get, I think it's 70 honeycomb paper pieces, because you can really use them once you've sewn around all the shapes.
So once
and
you
the pattern.
And the pattern. Now the instructions. I was having a cheeky look before the show, because it does tell you what you will need. So, for instance, once we finish this project, could we do it again with our own fabric?
Yeah, totally. And if you don't need another machine cover,
just don't add the ties and you've got a gorgeous wall hanging.
Oh, I was thinking, you know, I mean, maybe that's a little bit too much, but you know, if somebody has got a fire burner and you have got the logs and you don't want to, like, you want to cover them up before, you know, like in the, that looks so nice. Just in the side, you know. Yeah. Now, of course, the instructions are extraordinarily well detailed, and the quality of the printing and even the paper.
Yeah, I love to have like a nice booklet, so you're not going to lose anything. Everything's in there.
And then you have got a template.
So I did some colouring pages as well, so that if you are using your own fabric, or even this fabric, and you want to lay it out a different way, you can photocopy those colouring pages and play with your own colours before you cut into your fabric, because people get nervous cutting into their fabric. So there's a couple of colouring pages in there as well.
And then even the templates. So if we run out of the templates,
yeah, you can make your own.
Fabulous. So that is really good. I mean, it's one of the more professional looking instructions that you have got, and templates as well. Remember, your choice is, of course, of the beautiful summer garden as well as the midnight rose. Now, if you want to see midnight rose, is the one behind me covering that beautiful Juki machine that we have got on. We will have a look. Jenny is using it. And then, of course, Jenny has got hers covers with the beautiful summer garden. I love the oranges and the pinks. That colour combination in there. £68.99, and I love that paper piecing. That is a little bit different from the traditional hexagon. You have got 2 flexi options, 2 interest-free payments of £34.50. 957786 is your item number. Then we have got the pouch kit. Again, different options. I'm drawn to those gorgeous mustardy and pinks and oranges. It's just stunning. What do we get here, Jenny?
You get absolutely everything to make it. So you get the printed fabric for the front and the hexes, you get the fabric for the back, the lining, you get the zip and also the wadding to make it a bit thicker, and then you get all the templates, all the hexagons to make the front.
So, and of course there are options in here. For £26.99 you will get the instructions, but we have got these 5 different options. So we have got here the sunburst, which is that beautiful citrusy mustardy colors. I just adore this color combination, and that tone on tone is just gorgeous. Then moving down, we have got the Indian summer with the blues and the pinks. Then we have got is this the summer garden in here, so you can see it perfectly. That coordinates. If you go for the sewing machine cover, that will coordinate perfectly color wise. And then we have got a strawberry jam. That's kind of like so refreshing, so summer, even though it has escaped a little bit of summer. And then finally, midnight rose again coordinates perfectly with that beautiful cover as well. So whichever option you go for, £26.99 is the price, brand new today. 447372 is your item number, and it comes with a zipper as well. Right, we have got a tote bag, bringing back that tote bag. Again, look at the colors. Now you can go for the cooler tones or the warm, you know, kind of gorgeous summer. I'm kind of thinking. I think it's like watermelon and fruits and things like that. So you have got that option, which is sunburst, and then of course you have got that Indian summer. £28.99 is the price, but you have got, of course, the instructions as well. That kind of really great printing. It's just so amazing, but is the detailed pictures as well.
Yeah, I like to make it step by step and really easy for people to understand.
It's just gorgeous. And of course you have got the templates here, so we are allowed to photocopy them for personal use, so for our own projects. But I love that you have given them already pre-cut. But then you have them in case you miss one or you want to redo it. Now, if you have got these 2 options, and of course, do check the baskets out. £28.99 is the price. 183905 is your item number. Right, Jenny, are you ready for the demo?
I am indeed.
Take it away.
So, my last couple of shows, I did loads on English paper piecing, step by step. So, today I thought I would concentrate more on quilting and machine sewing the different projects together. So I'm just going to untie this one.
and take it off.
That's so beautiful. It's just such a gorgeous colours as well. And of course, you're using the Juki machine, the NX7, the
I
Curate.
am indeed. So actually, before I put it away, if I hold it up and you can imagine it without the ties, it just looks like a picture. It's
just
so
gorgeous.
pretty.
It's just
So
beautiful.
that's how you can see it, and then that bit there will go in the middle.
Would you recommend to follow that quilting pattern that you have got there? Or
You can do anything on this one.
Okay.
That's the great thing. So I just made it up as I went along, and I just really liked it. So I did straight line quilting for the whole of it, but you could do free motion or whatever you like. So also, because machines are different sizes, I have decided to make the demo one slightly smaller. So all I've done is left out the outer and a couple of, well, it's just one hexagon, but not hexagon, honeycomb. I've cut that one. So it's just missing some. So you can just make it slightly smaller if you've got one of the really small machines. Right, so I've done some quilting, so I'm just going to quilt about 3 lines on this, just to show you. So I'm using the Juki.
Yeah.
It's got some great features for quilting. So one of my favourite features is the bottom feeder. You can set to go quicker than the top feed when you're quilting. It stops any overlapping of seams, because no matter how well you based a quilt or a wall hanging or anything, sometimes those seams can move while you're sewing. So I always set mine to go a bit faster when I'm quilting. Obviously, set your stitch a bit higher. I tend to do about 3.8. And another feature of the Juki is there's no unscrewing to get a walking foot on. Like most machines, you have to undo and change your foot. This one is already in the back, so you just have to pop it down and clip it onto the back, and it's ready to quilt.
Yeah,
so it's so nice and quick. So I'm just going to put my table on my machine. I moved it at the start so that we have more room.
And do you recommend to put the table on when you're quilting?
Yeah, I mean, I use it all the time, whatever I'm sewing, because I just find it's a nice surface to do it. And then again, another amazing thing about the machine is the throat space. So, I think we talked about this last time I was on. It's just when you're quilting, so obviously the bigger the quilt, the more there is to shove through the machine, but you just fold it nicely. I've quilted a 90-inch on this machine before, and it wasn't even a struggle. No, it was fine. So for the first line along, I'm just going to eye it. I'm going to follow a couple of the seams and just go down. I've got my it's got a dual foot. Yeah. So it's got two different feet on the bottom, and you can set the one on the right to you've got it there, haven't you? You can set the one on the right to do different things. Yeah. So I have mine to drop the feed, the top feed, so that I don't have to keep pressing the buttons. It just makes it so much quicker. So not going to go too fast, because last time I went fast on these tables
they are not
they started moving slightly. So I'm just going to eye this as a straight line, but if you struggle with that, you can always use a removable pen to draw your first line.
Look at that.
So I chose the shortest side so it would be quicker.
Yeah.
So as you can see, where I've already quilted along this way, because the feed's taking it so well, it's not going to pucker or overlap at all.
You know what, Jenny, you're using, of course, the Curate NX7, which is where we have got here for you to see. It does have got all sorts of creative bonus additional feet as well. You have got in here, of course, you have got the, we're going to say, like the sander feet, but then you have got so much more. You have got also the the creative feet, as well as the sew set, as well as free motion embroidery.
Yeah.
As well.
It does everything.
And also, I love the fact that, of course, it comes with the free knee lift, but it's so good that you can customize it with the pedals.
Yeah, because so the one on the right, you can use it as your thread cutter.
there's just so many options, and it's all programmed in, so you just choose what you want. It's really simple, and I tell you what, the instruction booklet you get with it, it's amazing.
And you have got so many different stitches as well. When you open it up, I love that it comes in with all the instructions in here. I also love that it has got like kind of built-in cover for this. But then it comes in as well with another cover, doesn't it?
So yeah, no, it just comes in with a holder.
Yeah, hold on.
So it's not one that you'd really want to have to put on every time you've finished your machine, but it's great if you're going to sewing groups and stuff, because it really protects it.
Indeed. Now remember that you have got 3 flexes, so you can spread the cost in 3 interest-free payments. So why not buying one today? And of course, that you don't have to pay the full amount. For more information, of course, 494335 is the item number. Right.
Yeah. So another thing I love about the machine is it has a quilting guide.
Oh.
So you simply, once you've done your first line, which you could draw on, you simply just push it in, and you can line it up. So if you line up where your needle's going to go, then you can just line up your quilting guide with the straight line that you've just sewn. So it's great if there's not, so on this pattern there's some straight lines that you can follow on here, but other times it's not, so you could go really wonky. So if you just have that lined up there, you can just, it will just run along the stitches that you've just done, and you can just keep an eye on that foot. Like this. So now I can't see a line to follow on the paper pieces. Instead, I'm just concentrating on the line I previously stitched.
It's a very quiet machine, isn't it?
It's so quiet.
And it's just like, it's a really, and it's a kind of almost built-in walking food in a way, isn't it? That you have.
Yeah, it is a built-in one. Yeah, you just flip it up and down whenever you don't want to use it. Because with my old machine, I used to hate having to unscrew it every time. I used to try and judge when I needed to quilt, and then I would maybe change the foot back and realise I'd missed a line of quilting, and then I'd have to unscrew it again. Whereas this one, you just pop it back down.
And the fact that it comes with it as well, because like the machine I bought doesn't come with it, so it's going to cost me £100 just the walking food.
Yeah.
So that is included in the amazing Key-Ray machine.
Just going to do this last line of quilting, and then I was thinking I would show everyone some binding techniques.
Oh yeah.
Because people do struggle. See, I bind the first side with the machine, and then I sew the binding on by hand on the back of the machine. It's got the automatic thread cutter as well, which is great.
Yes.
It's amazing how much thread you save.
Of course.
With a machine, a thread cutter, because as you can see, it just chops off the tiniest of bits.
So then you don't have
to pull it out, and it has got a side one.
Yeah.
That you can use, or you don't have to use this, because you end up losing about that much.
And twice as much.
If you're using like Aurifil, you don't want to lose that much.
Honestly, because that's a good point, because thread, I used to like kind of thinking, thread is not that expensive, and then it kind of becomes very expensive. So saving money that way, it's important, especially after you do a massive quilt.
Yes. Definitely. So I'm just going to cut away the batting and the backing now. So I'm just going to line this up. This cutting mat's a bit small, so I might have to. I'll have to do it in 2.
Okay.
There we go. So I'll just pull it out.
Okay. Now, if you are looking for a cutting mat, we have got that in the show as well. So it's the Easy Quilting Self-Healing Cutting Mat with a 45mm rotary cutter bundle. £14.98 is the price. You're saving £7. So you can see them there. I'm not sure what the size is, but we'll find out. Yeah. Okay. Do you do that, like after being told that I shouldn't do it, then somebody said, well, you should do whatever you fancy. Those bits of wording, I will sew them together, zigzag.
Yeah, zigzag, and then you can get some extra pieces.
Because then I I did literally a mini quilt that it was just the leftovers.
Okay,
Like
brilliant.
the leftovers from the wooding, the leftovers for the top, it was just random. And it's one of my favorites, in fact. You know?
Yeah, you can use them. It's always good to keep everything.
Yeah. And also, it's good to test as well. If you get a brand new machine, you have got these bits.
Yeah.
It's nice to know how it feels.
Also, always keep them for if you're travelling. So, for example, when I travel here, I would fold a piece like this up, put it in my machine, and put the foot and the needle down for travelling.
Is that a good tip? Then?
Yeah, it's best just to keep it safe.
Okay.
Either that or take your needle out.
Okay,
but
that's...
put your foot down.
So it's to protect the needle mostly.
Yeah, so it's just great that
Yeah.
if you've got a bit of batting, I always do it without fail.
Yeah. The other thing that I think is Hayley West does as well is using those bits as a filler for, like, if it's stuffing.
Yeah,
for,
toy stuffing.
Yeah.
You can use those little tiny bits for that as well.
Yeah.
Especially if you make loads of stuff.
Perfect.
Right, so cut that off now.
All right.
Just going to pop it down there so it's not in the way. Right, so this is ready now, and the next thing you would do would be to add your ties, which I've already made them, but I've got step-by-step in the instructions of how to make the ties. So we might not have time to do them, and so on the big version,
of course,
you do it 6 inches up, but I'm going to do this one 5 inches because it's a smaller version. So you just want to make sure the raw edge of your tie is matching the raw edge of the machine cover. So the best thing to do is just pin those facing in to the machine cover as well. So.
And whichever measurement you use, basically you have to keep it throughout, right?
Yes, yeah. If this is a bit shorter though, if you are doing a smaller version, you might want to lower these by 1 inch because they might end up a bit high. Okay. But there are some tiny little machines about, so it's good to just be able. That's a nice thing about things like this. When it's a repeated pattern, you can just leave the outer layer off. Just don't want to pin too close to the edge because you're going to add your binding across this. So what have we got? Here we go. There we go. So it's a simpling. Just make sure you pin them in to the machine. There we go. Right, so binding. I like a really, really tight binding on my quilts, on everything. As you can see, there's no hanging on them at all.
Yeah. So by tight, do you mean that it goes around the water very tightly?
Yeah, really tightly. Some people like it looser, but it's just the way that I do it. So.
I think that's the way I do it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if if I could do it any other way. But
so what I do is I've actually got enough binding on here to make the big one. So I leave a nice strip about this long.
Jenny, sorry, you do get the fabric to create your binding,
yeah,
right?
You get everything, all the fabric. The only thing you don't get for this kit is the wadding.
So basically, to create the strip, do we cut it?
Yes, so it says, I've got it all written in the pattern. It's so I've cut the white fabric as one piece with the fabric. So you'll just cut 3 2.5 inch strips off that.
Perfect.
And sew them together. You basically would have
at an angle.
Angle to make one strip.
Yeah, perfect. And then you just press it down the middle.
Yes. Yep. So you want the raw edge of the binding against the raw edge of this. This is fraying a bit, but it's because it's been in transit.
Yeah, of course.
I've taken it around. So you're going to leave a strip here. I always start on the bottom, and I will start just over, like, about here towards the end, because I like to have a big gap in the middle to close the binding. So I don't actually use binding clips at all when I'm binding.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I do when I'm hand sewing the back.
Yeah.
But when I'm binding, I like to just guide it through.
Okay, that's good to know as well.
So you just all you need to do is clip off your quilting or your walking foot, because I don't use a walking foot for adding binding either.
Why not?
I just never have done, and I've always found that it works.
To be honest,
absolutely fine.
Yeah, because like I don't have a walking foot, but I have had some issues quilting, but not like you're right. Binding, I'd never had any issues.
Yeah.
So that might be that it's not needed.
So I leave my needle in the central position, which is just over 1/4 of an inch.
Okay.
Because I find that then you don't have as much to wrap around the back, and it just works great. So I'm just.
Yeah. No, I was saying that foot, the 1/4 of an inch foot is also included in the machine, isn't it?
Yes, but also it's got a setting on here. You don't need to even change your foot. You can just press this and it will change it to 1/4 of an inch for you. So then you do just line it up with the normal foot, but the needle's moved for you instead.
Perfect. Yeah, so easy.
So when I'm binding, I'll go along. And I will stop just over 1/4 of an inch from the edge. And I'll lift my foot up, but keep your needle down.
Did you always keep the stitch as the needle down, or
I do at this stage. Yeah. Always keep it down, and then twist it. So you're going to go off to the quilt or whatever, at an angle. So basically to the corner of the quilt, and you're just going to sew off the end like that.
Ooh.
Sounds like a different way than you've done
it.
With the,
definitely. Yeah, the angle thing.
So
yeah.
let's. So it's gone off at the angle here. Can we see that?
Yes.
So able to see? Yes. So you're going to fold away from the quilt.
Yeah.
Just finger press it. Oh, just going to unravel a bit more. And then you're going to fold back, lining up that corner like this. And that's when I'll also just pop a quilting clip on the corner just to hold it. So as you can see now, it's lined up perfectly. Okay. That's how you're going to get the beautiful corners when you turn your quilt round to sew the end bit on. So then you go straight from that edge. You just go there and back stitch just to the edge of that. It's one of the only times I use back stitching is when I'm adding binding. And you'll just go all the way along.
Okay.
And you'll catch your tie in that binding.
Right.
So you've always got to make sure you're binding. When you fold the corners, you'll know if you folded it correctly because the raw edge will still meet the raw edge of the quilt.
Of course.
Because you could go a bit wrong with the folding and end up with a twist in the binding.
Absolutely.
Going to try and sew this on quickly because if I've got time I'd love to show you.
Do you enjoy it? Because some people hate doing the binding. I personally love it.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So it's just the satisfaction of it being, you know, once this stage is done, your quilt is finished and you'll get to see it in all its glory.
Absolutely. I think for me it's one of my favourite bits. I didn't think it was.
I always hand sew the back as well because I find it so relaxing. Yeah. So I've just gone off the corner there again at an angle. Then we're going to fold like we did before. Just take that clip, just clip it in place so it doesn't move while you're twisting it around.
And I suppose not pinning it means that it kind of flows naturally where it wants to be. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes if you especially pin it, I find sometimes that it creates an inattention, like with the top and the bottom.
And also it can move because you are going through quite a few layers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got your walk-in foot on, it shouldn't, but I just really like to do it with the normal foot.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to show you how to close them as well, because some people struggle to close the binding.
Well, if we have got time, we can share that. But also, just to remind everybody first, this is to finish off the beautiful sewing machine cover. You have got two choices, which is Summer Garden, which is the beautiful colour that Jenny is using, and of course there is the other option of the Midnight Rose. Sorry, the other way around. The Midnight Rose is the one that Jenny is using, and Summer Garden is the one which has got the oranges in there as well. And I love this fabric because you definitely have got a love for colour. I can see.
Oh, yeah. See, this one's quite toned down for me.
It is.
But I just like to give people the options because everybody's taste is completely different.
It is.
So I always love to try and have, I do usually have a lot of bright colours, but I do always try just to have a nice, slightly more toned down.
And the thing that you have used for this this pattern is that you have used the English paper piece in elongated hexagons.
Yes.
Is that the correct name? Elongated?
Yeah, or honeycombs.
Honeycombs,
yeah. You can call them
And
either.
I just love the wood because it kind of has a slightly different twist to the traditional hexagons.
Yeah, it creates a different pattern. As you can see, it almost looks a bit like a cross.
It does.
On
snowflake as
in
well.
the middle,
Yeah.
Again, it can look completely different however you lay out your fabrics. You don't have to lay them out in the exact way that I've done it. So long as you cut the right amount, then you can have a play with the colouring pages if you've got a different idea of how to lay them out, if you want the dark in the centre. But you will need more of some of the fabrics than others, but you'll see that because I've got different size strips in there.
And I love the fact, I think this is a very versatile set. I would think for a beginner it would be amazing because also they will get a taste of English paper piecing. Would you recommend them to get one of those glue pens that are temporary adhesive?
Yeah, the Soline glue pens.
Yeah,
They are just the best.
we do have got the Soline ones on the show. So a set of two. I seem to remember, Jenny, that you would put the glue, you personally, on the fabric?
Yes.
And
yes, yeah, that's me. Yeah, no, that's my favourite way to do it.
Why did you do that?
I just feel like it makes the card last longer and it doesn't leave a residue on the fabric at all. So I just found, for me, it was the best way forward. Right, so I've gone all the way around almost, so I'm just going to sew a tiny bit along this side, maybe 2 or 3, yeah, probably about 3 inches along. So again, doing exactly the same as you did before. There we go. So when I come to close my binding, I really like a nice big space to play with.
Okay.
So obviously I've got a lot more binding on here because it's for the main pattern. So what you do is the tail that you left before, if you just fold that into and finger press it like this.
Okay.
And then fold the other one and leave, I usually leave just over a quarter of an inch gap here. So then I will cut one off, usually the side that I've just finished sewing. So that's like this.
Right.
And then I will open out the leftover binding. If it's really tight and you don't have this leftover bit, just measure 2.5 inches on there. So lift up that flap, make sure you don't cut what you've sewn. And I'm just going to use that as a guide to cut the 2.5 inches here off. There we go, we don't need that bit. So then you've got 2 bits like this.
Yep.
You need to open them out, like so.
Yeah.
And you want to meet them. So if you keep this one flat and you meet them like this.
Okay.
So that's going to basically create what the same thing you used when you were sewing your binding strips together to make your long line. So
it will be seamless.
Yes, pretty much. It will just be like the same. You'll see the same seam as you would when you were joining it. Yeah.
That was completely not seamless, but what I mean is like it will not. You will not know where these.
No, you wouldn't know where you finished the binding.
Exactly.
So I just pin there, and there I've cut that a bit wonky, but that's fine.
Okay.
There we go. So you can see that I've just pinned those there, and now I'm going to sew a diagonal line from there to there. So this is why I like to leave a big gap, because then it's easier to manoeuvre on your machine. So just you could draw your diagonal line here if you don't want to freehand it. Oh, I think I've got a dark bobbin at the bottom, so you might see the dark thread. So you're just going to go across here in the diagonal, like so. Unpin. And if you want to check to make sure nothing's moved, you can just flip it open like that. That's going to fit fine. So you just want to open it out again and cut off that excess triangle there, just 1/4 of an inch-ish away from the line you've just sewn. And then open this out with your fingers. Finger pressing is fine for this. You don't need to take it to your machine. Can if you want.
Yeah. Some people, I suppose, they like to, you know, some of us don't like pressing much, and some people might like it very, you know, like I suppose it's all about how you feel that it is required.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so where I finished sewing before on the binding, I'm just going to take it there. Just going to back stitch a couple and just go straight along.
And by the way, do you use ORFL or 100% cotton in your projects?
Yes. Well, for this machine I do. Oh, this one's gone a bit over because I cut that bit wonky, but it's fine. So you literally just lap them over like this, and then, as you can see, it just looks like your normal binding thing. So where I went off at the corners, just try and show you. You can see that when you fold it over to hand sew, because you're going to fold it all the way over the edge. I've got loads of bits on here. I always cut off all these little bits because they just irritate me when I'm about to like hand sew the binding.
By the way, sidetrack, that's our funky scissors.
Aren't they just? They're like flamingos.
They are so, you know.
Can never have too many scissors. I have so many scissors.
Totally
it's
agree
ridiculous.
with that one. Yeah.
Let me just get a couple of clips so I can show you how nicely the corners go together once you've gone off at that angle. So if you just fold it over nice and tight. This is where I do use clips because I'll obviously don't tend to clip all the way around in one go. I usually clip one side, so it gets quite heavy with all the clips.
It is, and also they can move around and you can lose them. So, and also I always think it's better to keep nice and taut while you are doing that area, like kind of you get a better definition. And if there is any, especially me, you know, like a little bit creases or something like that, you can work them out as well.
So there you go. If you just see that and you're going to fold that corner over, you get the. Let me fold a bit. Let me move this round. There you go. You're going to fold that, and you're going to fold that, and you're going to get the perfect corner there. So that's why I always go off, and you can clip that there, and then you just carry on clipping. And to sew the binding on the back, it's just a little whip stitch, just like you use on the English paper piecing.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Jenny. While you're getting ready for the next demonstration, we will give you a reminder of the beautiful products that, of course, Jenny develops. Now, we have got the sewing machine cover, and let me grab one of the options, the Midnight Rose, because when you hold it up, you realize that it's a machine cover, but it's so much more. So in my opinion, I think that this is fabulous as a hanging quilt. It could be, again, for a pet kind of bed. It could be also a play mat as well, like a traveling one. Even a changing mat. It's like you could have here maybe one of those like tents, you know, kind of water resistant sort of backings if you wanted to. So it's a lot of different possibilities. Now, the other thing I'm thinking with this is that the techniques you are learning English paper piecing with that beautiful honeycomb design in here. You are going to get the instructions as well. You are getting everything except, of course, the wadding and the thread. Now, you are getting the templates ready cut. But if you are like me, you're thinking, I love these templates, but I want to do other projects with them. Well, you do have got the templates at the back of the instructions. They are being printed in this superb quality paper. You have got here also a coloring page, which you can photocopy for your personal use. So, for instance, when you are coming to design your own colors or maybe your own fabrics, you can kind of colorize and see how it looks every page. You have got step-by-step instructions, and let's see the first pages. Now, of course, Jenny is an amazing English paper piecing. So if you want to see how she does it, I think she was here about 3-4 weeks ago. So on the website, you can watch it on Rewind. So if you look for a hashtag, so you will see the shows and you can watch that bit as well. You have got the instructions. You have got of course, the beautiful quilting fabric in here to create the perfect English paper piecing patchwork to create at the top. Now you have got a flexi buy of 2 payments of £34 and 50 pence. 957 786 is your item number. But that's not the only brand new kit that Jenny has brought us. She has also brought the beautiful scrappy hexi pouch kit. I absolutely adore this colorway, and this is one thing that with Jenny you can see the love of color, the love of paper piecing, and also the love of putting together a project that looks a beautiful project. Now here, this one is the option of the sunburst. Then we have got the Indian summer below it with those beautiful purples and pinks. Of course, if you wanted to go for a matching pouch with the cover, we have got the summer garden. Then we have got the strawberry jam, and finally the last one is of course midnight rose. Again, matching perfectly with those covers. What do you get here? Well, you are getting everything that you need, including in this time the wadding or stabilizer for the inside of the pouch. You are also getting the matching zipper for the top with the colors that should be. So for instance, for the Indian summer, you will have the grey one. If midnight rose, you will have the blue one. So therefore, you have got the perfect matching there. Gorgeous, beautiful fabrics, and this will make a lovely present either as a kid or a made-up, bag to give away. £26 and 99 pence is the price. 447372. Remember that the machine cover has got a flexi buy option. So if you wanted to go for multiples, like a matching cover and a pouch, you could put this one into that basket and then flexi buy that, so you will pay half of that today. Right, we have got also the tote bags. Adore this. Like, tote bags are handy nowadays, that we don't want those plastic bags as well either, but this is a solid one. This is just feels one of the best ones that I have seen because of the it has got the wording inside it, so I think you get the instructions on how to quilt them as well. Look at the beautiful design. Love that crosses as well. And if you're wondering how it's made, well, it's made with English paper piecing, but you can see you have got the arrow templates, the triangle templates, and the square templates. Again, you have got templates that you can photocopy for personal use, but you also are getting them ready cut in here. So you do not have to do any cutting for this project. You have got 2 options, of course, the Indian summer and the sunburst, and here as well. And it's funny because I struggle with the words sunburst, but it's such a beautiful color. It's just like sunshine and zesty and fruit and juiciness. It's just glorious. And you can see here beautiful instructions as well. 183905 is your item number. £28 and 99 pence is the price. And with that, let's jump ahead to the website to see 7-day savers. Now, if you want to go for thread, now that is variated hand-dyed Valdani. Now you are getting beautiful, gorgeous variegated. The colors may vary, but you will get those gorgeous kind of rayon, kind of have got that sort of not glossiness, but shine to them. So if you like to quilt, free motion wise, these ones are amazing. You have got an amazing saving of £15, so you are just paying, well, better than half price. Indeed, it is. Maybe you want some knitting yarn and patterns, we have got those ones as well. Or maybe you want cotton fabric, pick and mix. You can pick any two from Totally Patch, and you are getting a meter for £19 and 99 pence. And with that, we are going to head back to Jenny to see the next demonstration.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to do some of the scrappy pouch. I thought I would attempt to put a zip in, because a lot of people are petrified of zips as well, and I was.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness me, I was so scared of putting a zip in. So I decided to whiz forward, and I've made the front.
I love that so much.
Simply quilted straight on. You don't need backing on these pieces.
Yeah.
I've just done straight line quilting. You can do whatever you want. I've got all the instructions of the layout of the hexagons, how to cut them out, cut them down afterwards to make the rectangle, and then how to do the zipper.
I found my best way of doing zips is using adding zipper tabs on the ends of them. So I've added one, and I'll just show you how to add the other.
Okay.
So it's just, you get enough fabric in the kit for it. Use just one square that you fold in half and then turn in about 1/4 of an inch on each side. So I'm just going to cut the edge of the zipper off, just a tiny bit here. It doesn't need to be quite that long. Also, if you're new to zippers and maybe at the end, when you put it on here, it's a little bit short or it's a little bit long, don't worry, just make sure you put it central, and when we've added the lining, you can just adjust it. So you might end up with a bag that's just not even 1/4 of an inch smaller. It just might be that tiny bit, of course, shorter, and it doesn't matter if that happens at all. But I just don't want people to be scared of zips, because I know a lot of people just don't even do projects with zips purely because they don't want to put a zip on.
It was funny because once that Natasha McCarthy here, she told me how to use the quilter's tape.
Yes.
Like all the fear of zippers has gone away.
Has it gone?
Yeah,
See, I don't
completely.
use it at all. I've never used it. So if you just pop your zip on the end and just push your zip right to the end of the crease there, you're just going to sew normally across where it's the zipper bit. If you want to go over, back stitch over that, you want to sew as close as you can to the edge. I usually just go back over the zipper bit. There we go. That's just how you add your ties. Then you're just going to cut them in line with the zip, like this. So, I'm going to cut my my zipper foot on. This is the best zipper foot I've had. I absolutely love it, and it's so easy to put on as well, she says. There we go.
And you get it with the machine, don't you?
Yeah, you get loads of feet with this machine.
I think you just get in a saw set. I mean, you have got a creative set. You have got the standard ones that come in as well here. So you have got even an invisible zipper, I think it gets as well. You are, well, let me look for them, because I remember Natasha talking about through them, but of course they are quite different from the ones that I've got. That is it? Yeah, I think it is. Anyways, you have got so many ones. Oh, that one as well. I love that one, the zipper one as well.
So great. So many feet. Right, so if you get your front of your pouch, you place your zip down. So your actual zipper is facing the front. You just line that up there. Then you get a piece of your lining fabric, and if you just match that on top, if it was printed, it would need to be right sides together, if your inside was, but this is just plain fabric. So I use quilter's clips to clip it in place. I don't use pins on this because it's quite a few layers, and I just find these little clips so handy for it. I will move them while I'm sewing. There we go. So, I thought my machine had unthreaded, but it hasn't. So with this foot, if you just line up the foot with the edge of the fabric, it's going to go nicely. So I usually go a bit further forward and then back stitch on it. If it moves, don't worry.